How y'all doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing real good.
Hey, I was just chatting with Sarah about some new like I know that now that Dawn Wells has made a new appearance here in true crime. There's a lot of creators that are getting an opportunity to actually talk to him and get some questions answered and hear firsthand, you know, what he thinks happened. And so, and I've been like, when you're over in one, you can't be over in the other, and then you're like modding for another, and so it's kind of difficult to get to be everywhere. And so hopefully when she gets here, it's Sarah. So I'm waiting for her to. Let me see. I got to drive to PT at 12. No problem. Okay. Okay, I understand. Okay. Hold on one second. I am on my channel. I am on my channel. I am live now, Sarah. I think she misunderstood. Okay. So let me drop her link. How's everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? Liberator, hey. Oh yeah, I wanted to mod y'all back.
Oh, you did?
I thought I did too. But they came in as a regulator.
Oh.
So I'll do that just one second. I'll make sure they're in here. Nobody's talking to me. Huh? I have a friend of mine who is missing her adult daughter. And I'm making the flyer right now, and hopefully here in just a minute I'm going to put that up too. And if you're in chat, you're in the background. Okay. Did I drop a link yet? Invite. Copy. Paste. Okay, Liberator's there. Let me go in here and mod him. Um, Go to my mod here. Sorry, I'm doing all these technical things first, but did you already mod him?
No, I'm saving your thing and sending it over.
As moderator. Okay. Then hey, Curious, how you doing? How you doing tonight? And Daisy Joe, good to see you all. Okay, good. So yeah, I don't think you can ever have too many mods, and I trust all you. And y'all are my OGs from the Tigers. Rawr. So, oh, okay, good. There's Sarah. Yeah. So I was like, um, I was like listening to the other Daisy Cow Lady, and trying to listen to the lab and also mod for Jimbo, and so I wasn't able to actually have my attention to actually hear some of the sound bites and clips, and I know they're important. And then there are some that I saw that I want to talk about if you've heard them, Sarah. Sarah's getting ready to go to her PT appointment, so um,
It's in your StreamYard
okay,
as an overlay.
as an overlay.
Look at it and you'll understand.
Is it under brand?
Yeah, overlay. Right there.
How do I present that?
Just click it.
Okay, yeah, this is a friend of mine who's missing her adult daughter, in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Hopefully, you guys can see that. Her name is Tammy Ham, TammyHamm, as in Mary. Age 41 years old, height 4'11", very petite. She's probably about 100 pounds. She has several tattoos, and she was last seen at Carolina Motel in Goldsboro, North Carolina, and she was sick. And so her mom is wanting to get to her. If anyone has information, there's the phone number to contact, or of course you can contact me or Ken at thegobblehouse@gmail.com. And that is gobble, just like Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Thegobblehouse@gmail.com. Again, her name is Tammy Ham, age 41 years old, height 4'11", last seen at the Carolina Motel in Goldsboro, North Carolina. If you have seen her or know her whereabouts or might know, please call 919-580-4239. And Wanda, if you're here and you want to add your email, go ahead and leave that in chat. Okay, so let's see here. Hey, Angie, let's go to the mountains. Cherokee. I'm not much of a gambler, but I love Cherokee. Gypsy, can you put that on a community? Yes, I sure will. We just made it, so yeah, I will definitely share that on my community wall. Let's see, how can I do that real quick, honey?
I'll do it. Just go ahead with your broadcast.
Okay. And let's see, who was it that just said? Do you need another link, Sarah? I don't know if she's able to talk to me or not. If she's not, we'll just go on without her. There's paste. There's a new link. Who was it that just said that they were in North Carolina? Okay. Curious. I have quite a few friends in North Carolina, so I will look for her info and share on Facebook. Great. I'll add it to my Facebook as well. And I'm the Real Gypsy Soul on Facebook and Instagram if anyone wants to link up with me there. We are meeting Luna April 8th. Are you serious? That's a fantastic idea. Yeah, April 8th. Luna and Angie, Chihuahua Mom, at Cherokee.
Really?
Yeah, April 8th.
I'll get a reservation now. April 8th.
Yeah. Okay, well, there's a link there if anyone wants to take it. And if you were able to listen to, I was able to catch a couple of things that I was going to share that I made shorts of. Let me know when you've got that on my community wall because they're all wanting to share it. Okay. Okay, he's going to do that for me now. And I'm going to play it real quick here. And y'all tell me your opinion. We're going to update on a couple of other cases too, but y'all tell me your opinion if you heard this. And, you know, I caught this last night, and it might be old to some of you guys and redundant information, but it where I might have been doubting, I'm not doubting anymore. And it's like looking at the mattress all over again. You're like, oh, that's right. You know, listen to this.
And at first I said no. And I can remember it because it's the first time I've ever even had any kind of sexual experience whatsoever. She wanted to put her hands on my past. I said no. And she says, oh, I do it all the time with my brothers or something like that. I can't remember exactly the words. And I was like, oh, well, okay. Then she stuck her hands down my past and she was feeling my but I didn't know I was doing wrong, you know. And yeah, I'm guilty of doing the same thing. But, you know, I was first. And at first I said no. And I can remember it because it's the first time I've I've ever even had any kind of sexual experience whatsoever. She said, that me and my buddies were chasing her around, we was all playing, and she fell down. I helped pick her up. And I ripped her shirt a little bit when I was helping to pick her up, trying to help her get off the floor because she fell down. And that's as far as it went, And I told them guys, hey, man, enough. She's down on the floor. She's thinking we're serious, trying to do something to her when we wasn't, And that's exactly what happened. So that's what she said at first. And she was all for me at first. Then all of a sudden she's done a 180 on me. But in her statement that she signed, she said that we chased her through the house and then we made her take our clothes off and then we just sit there and looked at her. And that was all her statement was. But there was 3 statements, which was a complete lie, dude. I promise you. We never tell, man.
So those are some of the sound bites that Josh over at the lab. If you are not subbed up to the lab, I suggest you do if you're interested in keeping up with the Wells case. He goes over other cases as well, but this particular one is the one that I'm following over there with him, and he has a lot of sound bites. And of course, later on, Chris McDonough joined him and gave his theory and opinion, and we got to hear his point of view and perspective. And so that's over at the lab with Josh. So, and then there were a couple of panels with John over at Daisy the Cow. If you're not subbed up to her, go sub up over there to Crazy Crime Critters, Daisy the Cow lady. And he's opened up quite a bit to her and Prayer Garden, when Prayer Garden has been on panel over there too. At first they were at each other's throats, but now it seems they're all coming together amicably to try to get some answers on what might have happened to Summer. And at times he's sober and clear-headed and says things like that with no doesn't miss a beat, things that you and I would cringe over. I think that's the new word, cringe. He has no problem talking about. Hey, Sugar Pie, what do you think of all this? Did you hear those sound bites Josh had over at the lab last night? I just played 2 of them. And this is a missing person flyer, Sugar Pie, out of Goldsboro, North Carolina. Her name is Tammy Ham. She's 41 years old, 4'11", very petite, with tattoos, last seen at the Carolina Motel. So good to see you. I'm glad you came and joined us. Hey, Mountain Girl, how are you? Now, Mountain Girl, are you Tennessee Girl? Are you the same? Muffin's mom? Or are you somebody else? Just make sure I got all the mountains and Tennessees and country girls all. And yeah. So y'all tell me your opinion on, I wish Sarah would come up. I wish y'all would tell me what, oh, okay, good. I thought so. I wasn't sure, but I thought so. I liked your, what is it? I don't remember what song you were singing, but that was good. I loved that. I like seeing all of you post shorts. It's awesome. I love that stuff. Oh, and October Baby, I don't know if she's in here or not. She posted some good ones last night. She's beautiful. All these people are beautiful. Oh, okay, Sarah, it's okay. Did any of you catch any of the Murdough trial? The part that I saw was they had a detective on the stand, and the defense attorney said, I believe it was the defense. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Anyway, he was questioning the detective about why he brought guns that had nothing to do with the case. I thought, that don't sound good on day 4. Yeah, I didn't get to catch much of that. And he brought ammo for guns that weren't used. So I thought, why did he do that? Uh-oh. I know nothing about that case. Yeah, and it's right here at my back door. But I'm so enthralled in the Wells case and hearing this stuff new to me. Um, and I'm really trying to pull away from all that Ernie Shell stuff. I couldn't be more burnt out on that. So I'm going back to what brought me here, and that was the Summer Wells case. And until she's brought home and we know what happened, it's gonna just be something I do every day. Oh, I remembered to share your live again, and I was watching one of your vids. Oh, really? Thank you. I appreciate that. If any of you need to put your link in chat, please do. I want to encourage everybody to sub up to one another, and let's build our channels and network with one another, because each of you have unique talents and personas that I love. I love the Liberators. I love Sarah's and Sugar Pie, of course, Mountain Girl, all you folks. Daisy's starting to post things that are gorgeous. And Angie Chihuahua Mom, are you thinking about having something going on your channel? There's Barely Human. LB, hey! I'm missing people. There's Curious. Okay. I didn't see LB.
Cynthia,
Yeah.
it's on your community page, and the preview doesn't show the whole thing, but if they click on it, it opens the whole.
Yeah, we know that.
Okay.
Okay, so I've shared the flyer on my community wall. My husband just posted it for me. If you guys want to share that. And Chihuahua Mom, I understand. It took me a while to get my nerve. And to tell you the truth, the reason I don't go every day is sometimes it's like social anxiety from hell. So, like today, I'm not putting my camera on because I'm just having a rough week this week. So I didn't feel like putting makeup on today. It's rainy and cold, and I just want to be in my pajamas. Yeah, I love having LB here. I love LB because you can disagree with her and have a fallout, and she still come back and say, "Hey, how you doing?" I mean, that's maturity, in my opinion. I hate grudge holders. I'm not a grudge holder, and I hate people that hold grudges. Well, I don't hate them, but that would make sense, would it? I'm in between cooking and camping, maybe both. Oh, wow. That's awesome. That would be awesome. Like when you're camping, things that you can cook when you're camping, that would be good. I love like campfire food by the like when we use hickory wood. Oh my god. You're watching Murdough right now. What do you think about when he had that guy up on the stand, saying you brought guns that weren't even used in these killings? Why did he do that? I was curious as to why would he even bring those? Was that supposed to throw them off? That was weird, I thought. And good to see you, by the way.com. Glad you're here. Okay. Did you change these?
What?
These sounds?
No?
Because the clap was just a bird. Okay. Oh yeah, did you get any ice liberators? I wish we would get some snow. It's staying so warm here. You didn't see that part? Okay. Well, it's almost like JLR said the other day. He's like, I would be covering that case, but it's kind of a slam dunk. He did it. It's like, yeah, I mean, he did. So, I mean, anyway. And boy, they have gotten some good. I don't know if they're local media or what. And everything's frozen. I'm sorry. I hope y'all are able to stay warm. A lot of electric blankets is what we use. But the local media got some really good shots of him looking guilty. I guess I should say crying and like having a oh my god moment. He's realized that he's the one in that chair instead of the other chair he's used to being in as the lawyer. But okay. Let me see what else I was going to go over that. Thank you for sending me that, Angie. I appreciate that. Go back over here to these. Yes, so those shorts that I just shared with you guys of him, that was him explaining his point of view of or his perspective of the assault on his sisters. And that's how he told it. So she was 5 and he was how old? Y'all refresh my memory. And that's how he told it. If you want me to replay it, let me know. But that is how he was so cavalier in describing assaulting his his sisters. So Daisy Joe, ooh, still frozen here too. Calling for a chance for a little more ice tonight. I'm gonna send it your yay, please do. Liberator said no, send it anywhere but here. It's hard to cold weather. Are you? We haven't gotten much over here, and y'all were just like right close to us. I wonder why North Carolina is staying so hot and humid this winter. I mean, I guess it's good for our heating bill, but I'd like to see one good snow just to kill off the bugs, Got a couple of things on my community wall. Yeah, he shared that on my community wall there. If y'all want to share that, and let's get her. Oh, and I also shared. I forgot that I did that. The specific episode of the lab that he was on last night with the sound bites I'm talking about. Yeah, send it my way. It was just 80 degrees there. Holy cow.
Where?
I think she's in Florida. Daisy Joe's in Florida, I think. Okay, thanks, Liberator. But I also shared on my community page Josh's live from last night. And if you didn't get to listen to that, it's chilling. Exactly.com. That is my point. How can he talk so I just put my boots on and you're talking about RAPE, right? Hey, Mars, good to see you. This is a girl, friend of mine's daughter that is missing out of Goldsboro, North Carolina, which is almost down toward your way. If you wouldn't mind sharing that and getting the word out that her daughter is missing. I just saw where my banner is covering up the damn phone number. Okay, there's the phone number. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, so if, okay, thanks. And I'll put it on my Facebook too. But .com right there, that is exactly what I was wanting to talk to somebody about. Like, how can you just be so matter of fact about this? And I mean, I understand like in their religion that incest and that sort of thing is and just like in royal families, it's not frowned upon for cousins to marry. And I know in some faiths that they don't see anything wrong with that either. And it's like keeping the bloodline clean in their eyes. Pure, I think is what the royals say. Is that right, Sugar Pie? The royals will inbred to keep the bloodline, what is it? In their eyes, clean, pure. How long has she been missing and how old is she? She is 41 years old. Let me move this. She's 4'11". She was last seen at the Carolina Motel this weekend, and she was complaining of kidney problems, kidney pain. And she is a chronic IV user. So her mother is very, very desperate to find her and get her some medical help. And she's terrified. So if she's in chat, you want to leave your email too, that would be great, Wanda. Okay, let's see, what else was I going to share with you guys? Okay, yes, another thing I wanted to share with you guys. I don't know if you guys know or not, but Dolly Vision, Jimmy Jam, lost his brother yesterday. Don't know if you follow him. I know I'm talking about all these other channels, but that's okay. I don't mind promoting my fellow channels here. He did lose his brother. They found him dead yesterday. I think it was an apparent heart attack or something like that. So there was no foul play, I think he said, but he did find they did find his brother Michael dead yesterday. So if y'all wanted to put prayers in chat for him as well, and for Wanda that we find her daughter. And I know what that's like, having a transient in your family and not knowing how they are and where they are. Okay, good, Sarah. Okay, and I had put a poll up on my my community. I don't know if I should call it a page or wall, but anyway, y'all get my tab, my community tab. And if y'all get a chance to go by there and give me your opinion on, do you think Dawn and Candace Wells know what happened to Summer? And it's just easy yes or no. I've got 60 votes so far, and I'm just curious. It's leaning 70% toward yes. They do have guilty knowledge of what happened to her. Let's see what was okay. And then there was another thing I wanted to talk to y'all about. And then we can kick back and y'all can chat. I just think .com says, I just think it has been a part of his life for so long. Yes, he's conditioned. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, Daisy Joe, for sharing that on your wall. It was just this past weekend, Mars, that she contacted her mom and was in pain and was at this hotel, but she's not there anymore and no word. So I agree with you on that. Okay, so on Blood Money Keys, Blood Money Benny Keys wall, and I shared it on my community page. I want y'all's opinion on this. He said, Donnie, I won't help you if you're receiving help from Daisy and Sissy. I apologize. Good day, sir. Y'all tell me why. Why won't these true crime creators come together and work harmoniously? Like, let's say, what's his name? Walsh?
John Walsh.
Yeah, like John Walsh would do. You know, he wouldn't like tell, other retired cops, no, I'm not going to help you. Like, let's say Polly Klass's dad calls up. He wouldn't say, oh no, if you're getting help from Polly Klass's dad, I'm not going to help you. That's how insane that sounds to me. So I was wondering, what the hell is that about? And what do y'all think of that? I mean, why? Let's see. Daisy Joe says, if they would work together, think of the impact it can make. Yes, ma'am. Why? Why don't they want to? I think that Daisy wants to, and Prayer Garden Sissy wants to, because they tried. They let him come on panel. I don't, understand why he wants to intimidate people off that case. Y'all tell me what y'all think. He's done made the money. He's done bought the house, the cars, the clothes, the gold. So why? You done, made your green. Now step over and let's find the little girl. How much more money do you need to make, right? Not saying that that's the ulterior motive as to why you won't work together, but why would you not want to work together? He clearly trusts them to open up to them and feels comfortable with them because they are local. So naturally, he's going to want to talk to them. So to me, that doesn't make any sense. What do y'all think of that? And it's always been that way. Remember when we were OGs over at Ernie's? You remember how he was, when he was just talking about the damn case. And we can talk about this case, and here they come, wanting to run you off. It makes no sense. I don't get it. Sugar Pie says exactly. These YouTubers are doing this crap, playing games, lying, scamming, etc. And it's all for money. So you agree it's for money. Well, okay, you got the house. You got cars. You got the gold on your neck. Now, come on, It is strange. It's weird. I mean, you done made your money, so what is the reason?
What's up?
Hey, Truth Hurts. Thanks for joining us. Well, did you hear all that I said?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. You tell me what you heard, because those were the clips I got to hear.
So you were talking about the stuff from the lab last night. So before you went on, before you invited me over to the den, I was actually listening to those, and I was just like, are you freaking kidding me? If there's any doubt, please, everybody, listen.
Exactly.
I mean, listen to the words coming out of his mouth. He pretty much admits it. What more can you do? You might, if you lose me here and there, just, I'll probably come back in. It's just that I'm driving.
Okay. I got a, hold on just one second, okay? Yeah, sure. I can hear you fine. I just need to tell Ken something.
Okay.
Okay, Truth Hurts. My husband is going to pull up my email real quick for me and get me that flyer real quick for you. Sorry about that. Sometimes I brain fart and I don't check my email like I should.
Well, if there's anyone guilty of that, if that is me, you don't want to know how many I have.
Okay, he says it is a flyer, so send it to my StreamYard so I can post it too and let everybody share it on my community wall. Okay, Ken? Truth Hurts.
Yours or mine?
Did you send it to the Gobble House or to Cynthia Gobble? Just check both.
Okay.
I got to talk to Sarah. She's in a hurry.
Hey, Sarah.
It'll be the quickest Sarah ever, probably, since I'm driving.
Hey, Lips. Good to see you.
I better not be late.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and you do all the talking and I'll shut up.
No. So you said something about the YouTubers, talking to him and everything, like Daisy, he's been going on talking to Daisy in Prayer Garden for help. Like people have been nice to him and stuff. Is that what it sounded like? Going on the shows again? Going on there?
Yeah, and well, I don't know if you heard this part yesterday, but they were almost like, not almost, but they were talking like, yeah, maybe we should help him get a lawyer.
Really?
Over at Daisy's.
Wow. I think everyone needs to listen to Last Night at the Lab.
But you never know if they're like, well, they might just be pulling that. You know what I mean?
I almost kind of get the impression that people are doing this. I don't mean to judge it like this, but I feel like a lot of people might be doing it to get him to their show, because if they get him over there and coddle him, so to speak, then he's on their panel.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought that too, being, giving Dolly benefit of the doubt. Maybe he was just trying to be in that homeboy, let's smoke a blunt, Oh, yeah. Because I probably would go that route too.
I hadn't even considered the Dolly part too. I was just thinking like, being at, with Daisy in the Prayer Garden. I know he's been going over there. I forgot that Dolly had gone and met him, but it just seems like if you look at the people that have the panel, who's got the views, how many thousands?
Mm-hmm.
They put it,
Yeah, and the
all the
ones
views.
and the ones that he's choosing, like Daisy, they're local. They understand the terrain, they understand the law there, and that's who I would have related to, and that's who I befriended, were locals, because I wasn't local to where my daughter was murdered. So I had to get in the streets and get to know people and network the streets to get answers, and made friends that I wouldn't normally be friends with. You know what I mean?
Which is what most normal people would do. I see you active. Not saying
You're breaking up.
Don't try.
Say that again. You broke up.
Oh,
say
sorry.
that again.
I said, yeah, you got to be proactive like you guys were. If you want to get shit done, you want to find out things, That's what most normal people would do, get proactive and go out and look. Sorry, did you miss me again?
No, I'm listening to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, you guys did what most loving normal parents would do. I think you want the answers. You get proactive. You go out and look, that's what always seemed odd from the beginning, where people, all these groups like, what's that guy that has the charity there that goes around looking at young kids that was on, what show was he on? I'm trying to think. Trevor, is that his name?
Yes, Trevor Lee. I'm friends with him.
Oh,
yeah,
you are?
I wanted to ask you, did you see that I shared that Benny said yesterday? If you're working with them, I'm not going to help you.
No, what did he say about?
Let me reread it. Hold on a minute. Don't go anywhere. I need my charging cord for the phone, Ken. Hang on. Okay. Okay, it says right here, from Blood Money Benny Keys, and I shared it on my wall if you want to reread it. It says, Donnie, I won't help you if you're receiving help from Daisy and Sissy. I apologize. Good day, sir. Now, why, Sarah?
It could be many different things, and I wonder he might elaborate if asked. He strikes me as a person that would elaborate on that. I mean, I don't want to be presumptuous to what he meant, because I could see that as a bunch of different things. He might see them as trying to be scamming, like from his mind, and he don't want to deal with that. If they're, it could be something as easy as that, I guess. But you never know unless there's more information, I guess. I bet
think
he
it's
probably
weird.
It could seem like that, but it could be like he's offended because he feels like maybe they're scamming and using him for views. I mean, I don't want to talk for him or anything.
Daisy? She's always got 200-300 people in her chat, whether she's got Wells on there or not.
Yeah, but when Dawn's on there, it's been going up in the thousands. I've seen it when he's in the title, and it's in the title as Dawn Wells comes on panel and stuff like that. If you look at the comparison, I kind of did look at that the other day.
Huh. Sugar Pie, thanks a lot for that. I appreciate that.
Oh, can I just take a moment and say Sugar Pie? I heard the grand reveal Sugar Pie voice clip last night was the best thing I heard in months on Jimbo's. Many people were impressed with that. I know Leslie was too. I think I lost you guys for a minute.
Well, hell, I'm in good company here then, because we're always talking about that shit over here, ain't we? You know what I mean?
I just love your accent. I'm so glad I finally got to hear it.
It's good to see you again, or hear you again. It's been like 2 days, and you were kind of getting attacked there for a minute, weren't you? And you weren't even the one who said it. That drives me crazy when people do that.
Freaking weird. I'm not in this damn movie. Hell no.
I know, exactly. I want my movie ticket refund.
Not dragging into it. Not going to happen. And I was going to post the 2 different clips that show evidence. If you don't listen to people live and don't care to listen to the actual proof that comes out my mouth, you can go to Heaven's Baby and she posts all the proof. Okay, it ain't me. It's not me. There was a fake
Now,
Jody.
last night when I was in one of their chats, I can't remember who, sleuthing, because that's what we do. We're sleuthers. There was a Chris Miller.
Ah.
I know. So there's this elusive Kevin, and then there's Audrey Miller. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any relation or if it was just random.
Yeah. I don't even think Audrey goes by that. I was like, that's not her. She goes by Audrey's Coffee Cafe or something like that. I was like, how many of us are cloned over there?
Well, the thing is, when you click on that Miller guy, like I did, and it's actually the proof is Heaven's Baby did what I was going to do. You click on his name, and there's one video on his channel, and it's a woman's voice, kind of going out and feeding her ducks and rounding up her stock outside. So it's a woman that's on the video that So it's really weird, but it's kind of weird for a troll to have a video of feeding geese and shit like that. So I don't know. But Heaven's Baby posted the clip of who did it. And actually, in Jimbo's last night, 2 of my mods were telling me that about 2 or 3 days ago, I had a clone in my chat that I didn't notice because I was, talking, that was named Jody. So there was a Jody clone in my chat, and they must have handled it. So I'm going to look on my laptop when I get back.
Well, I see stupid names like the Ghost of Gypsy or some shit like that. It's not like my whole title name, it was stupid shit like that. Or like there for a while, I think this was rap though, and I'm okay with it because it was actually a good picture of us. He used, I think it was rap. It may not have been. And it was Ken, and it used a picture of Ken. But I was like, well, at least it's a good picture,
Somebody used his picture.
If you're gonna have a troll, yeah, used his picture and everything. I just assumed it was rap, and I took it with stride and moved on. I mean, I'm not gonna get bothered with things like that. And only it wasn't so funny when he came back as BDAX. It was like, well, then it wasn't funny. Yeah. It's like, gee, why is it okay they do it, but we can't? I don't know. I don't know who did it, but it's like, it's like, the trolls that we do have been kind so far. So I'm just taking it in stride,
There's some really odd news out there for trolls.
And then, yes, very odd individuals. And then like, I caught hearing, she had told me once before, Southern Girl, her story. And the murder trial that she was tied to, and I shared the murder trial I was tied to, and why we were trying to stay anonymous in Ernie's chat. This is like a year ago. And her sharing that with me, I felt like her anger toward me is that trauma being projected. So being someone who's going through her own trauma and pain, I'm just going to pray for her. She can hate me all she wants to. She can post all she wants to. But I know that that's just someone in pain,
Yeah, I didn't hear it. Is this something you guys talked about, or she just was on her?
Yeah, I told her to take my shit down yesterday in her chat. She chewed me out. Sugar Pie heard it all. I did a kick the shin and run. So I just said, take my stuff down, and I bolted. So I didn't hear what her reply was. That's just kind of what I do. Being the baby of 5, you're at everyone's shin level, so you kick, you run. That's kind of how I fight. So I just dropped. She was saying how she was against doxing because it could get her killed. And I'm like, well, you doxing me could get my child killed. Yeah. How is your life more important than my life?
Yeah.
And your child's life is more important than my child's life. So I said, all the more reason for you to take my stuff down. And she said, well, no, I'm not going to take your stuff down. I'm like, okay. And then I left because that could not have been more hypocritical and double standard. So you don't care if you put my child at risk of being killed. You just care about you and yourself. there we go again. So
That's
it was like,
that's a valid point.
You're not going to get through to those people. So I'm just going to pray for her and go my way, and never the twain shall meet.
Oh no, I didn't hear anything. I mean, I've never gone to her channel, so I don't know anything about any trauma story or anything. Is that
Yeah, well, I have people in chat telling me, have you gone to her and asked her to take it down? Have you gone to her and apologized to her for whatever the fuck she thinks I did? And I said, yes, I have, with no avail. And they said, well, that is just going to reflect her character.
Oh shit.
So, you know what I mean? It's just making her look bad, not me. I mean, everyone knows now, you better not get too close friends with her, because if you say one wrong thing, she's going to dox you and your child, and she does not care. So just know that if you decide to get close to Southern Girl, she will dox you in a heartbeat. Just ask Gator and me. So don't get too close.
Did it happen to
You broke up. I have no idea what you said.
Did it happen to Gator too? Oh boy.
Gator is what I was sort of defending when all this hit the fan.
Did it happen to Gator too, the doxing?
I think Ernie doxed her.
Oh,
remember?
okay.
Remember?
Not really.
In a live, he doxed her name and where she lived and everything.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn. Well, I'm good. I better go now because I'm supposed to be in there at 12:30, but I would much rather doing what I'm doing.
That's okay. I'm glad you came.
I'll see you later.
Okay. Okay. Bye. Okay. Well, those are updates that we heard. So what y'all think of that? Oh, hey, Lips, I just now seen you again here. Let's see. Let me catch up. Wow, I'm behind. Let's see. Yes, those were cringe moments. The lab, if that's what you're talking about, it was the lab and on Daisy's where you actually get to hear him answer questions and that sort of thing. So yeah, he was like really talking about that with no problem. Sugar Pie says, in my opinion, they wanted to have a reason to go after Sarah, and because Sarah's never said or done anything wrong to anyone, they had to make something up. They're ridiculous. Where is Truth Hurts? Truth Hurts. He says that he wasn't able to find that that email. If there's another way you can get that to me, I wonder if you could share it. I wonder why I didn't get it, but he says it's not in my email. His email is the gobblehouse at Gmail. It may have gone into, I don't know. I'll have to look in a minute. .com, do you really know? Not know. Are you sure you want to know? Okay. She said, Lips says it's happening to me from a real life friend, so I'm done. I'm sorry, Lips. That's what I wanted to chat about, Sugar Pie. Sugar, I seriously don't know what it means in your country. Call me stupid. The chick claiming fake friends is talking about me because I won't fake fight in here with her. Oh, I'm sorry anyone else is going through that. It sucks. If you can just find some humor in it, that's what I do. And I try not to read bad reviews. If I know so-and-so is a troll, I'm not going to go watch them. I'm not going to hear them put me down. I've had that enough in my lifetime. So Sugar Pie says, Gypsy, I'm halfway making a video about everyone over the world has some kind of trauma. That's right. But we don't behave the way that's right. She's selfish. She's bratty. She's a child. Some arrested development is going on there. Be careful of this person too, y'all. Who are you talking about, Lips? Coco, hey, beautiful. Sugarpie.com. When people say flicking the bean, it means to have If you know what I mean. Huh? Okay. Don't know. Okay, one more question. What's her mama's name again? Wanda. Wanda Ham. Hey, Coco Saget from .com. Hello, hello. .com says, enough said. I understand. Okay, let's see. She says, I just hope you all don't fall for her. But, well, we need who you mean. Okay, I'll look then. Do you want me to share it or not share it? I won't share it if you don't want me to. Put in chat if you want me to share it. Where is this email? Why don't I have it? I thought I'd read it. I unblocked and vanished. No. I'll have to keep looking for that email here. Oh, no, that's Into the Mystic. That's not Truth Hurts. Huh, there's Sugar Pie. I don't have anything from you, Truth Hurts. And if you've sent it, we've already talked about it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Just resend it, I guess. Don't know why that didn't get to me. Okay, let's see. Do you want me to share it? You already did? Okay, I was wondering what that post was about being used. I wasn't sure what that was about, Lips. Let's see. I feel like I'm out of the loop on that. .com, laugh out loud. 666 actually said she clicks her mouse and gets when she's what? Sugar pie. Sugar pie be talking Scottish over here, Timmy. I have to hear a Scottish accent. Sorry, I'm working, so I'm in and out. Chat. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna still look for it though. Yeah, I was wondering. It didn't make no sense to me either. What did that? Who? I mean, who are we talking about that she's mad at? Who does she feel like used her? I'm not sure I follow that. I know, right, Val? Especially at her mouth. Oh, she's fighting with you. Oh, okay. Do you want to come up, Lips? I'm trying to follow what you're saying. If you need to air out your, if you need to talk, you can. Okay. Okay. Yeah, fill us in here because I feel lost. I'm all wrapped up in this Wells case, so I'm like lost on the drama. I'm sorry. Come on down. The chat is right. All righty, come on down. Come on down. What's this one? Is that clap? That one laugh? Yeah, I'm lost too. So let's.
Hey.
Come on. Hey, there she is.
So Rosie, whatever, came to me. It must have been either over the weekend or end of last week or something. And she thought it'd be a good idea to fake fight. She's like, well, I need to grow my channel and blah, 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 whatever. So and then she wants to see. Oh, what was her words? Let me find it. See something about how fast it would be. The other side would take us down or something. Hold on. Let me find the comment.
I thought we were all trying to come together.
I know it, but she doesn't.
My
any idea
gosh, if people want to take fight, that screws everything up.
Right. And she has no idea how it works on here and what's going on and anything because she's new, and only watches bits and pieces. And she came on here to fight with Nicolina, on my behalf. Well, now
okay.
She wants to rub that in my face now. Wait,
so she was your she was your homegirl who came and joined YouTube.
We've been on and off friends because she does this to me a lot for like 25 years doing this shit. She says, dude, we should act like we're fighting. Make people think I'm not on your side anymore. I want to see what happens and how quickly they try preying on us.
Sugar Pie said, repeat what you said. She didn't hear you good.
Hold on. Let me take you guys out of my case. She came.
I turned your volume up for you too.
Rosie came on here just as my friend to go after Nicolina because she was sick of seeing, all the crap that was going down. And now she wants to rub it in my face. So, but I was telling her. What was I telling her? Something about somebody else. I don't want to mention their name, but I was telling her, that person had, kind of done me wrong, and I couldn't believe that she was trying to be, all good friends with them, and that's when she brings up this fake fighting thing. She's like, yeah, that's not okay, but we should fake fight. And so I kind of was beating around the bush, or whatever. But she says, but I say, if them bitches want a show, let's give them one. LOL. Watch the little rat come out of hiding.
Okay, .com says, tell us who Rosie is and bring them up to date with. Is she a clip channel?
Rosie's the girl that she's not Rosie Wren, the one that's in Nicolina's. She's the one that came on here as my friend, my real life friend, to try to stick up for me. And she's got 100. Well, she had 150 some subs last night. And then went into
that's what I wanted to clear up. Let's make sure that people know that she is not the adult autistic lady that they are.
No, she's a real small channel that's been trying to. She's been trying to get real close to Sugar Pie, and I noticed that Sugar Pie got her 30 seconds. So that's why I wanted to talk. Your audio.
Sugar Pie, do you know who we're talking about now? And you know what the 411 is?
This all is new as of the day before yesterday. So I've been ignoring her, and the more I ignore her, the more public she makes it here on here.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was wondering who is she talking? Because I tried to read the text, but whatever she's titled the short, it types over it, so I can't.
Yeah, no.
I can't even see what it's about.
No, she's made a couple posts and she's taken them down, made another one, taken it down, and now she's got these videos. And her little threat video about bullies is because one of my mods went over there and said,
hey, voices behind the shit. Hey, y'all.
Yeah, they should know too. One of my mods went over there and said, look, your whole channel is nothing but her subs. What do you mean? You need to appreciate, what do you mean she's not doing anything to help you back? Because that's what she's saying. Well, I'm on here to protect, or I'm on here protecting you, and you're not doing it back or something. Okay, well, what the fuck? So,
right.
I don't know. She goes on her rants like this all the time. She's those on and off friends. And the only reason why we were even friends is because our friend in common passed away. And she's got major issues in her real life that she doesn't seem to want to worry about. But
I'm sorry about that. Loss of your friend.
No, it's, hey,
Hey, October, baby.
Behind.
Yeah, well, everybody's really having it emotionally hard right now. I wonder if there's something wrong with the equilibrium or something.
I'm very emotional too. I mean, I'm obviously over some of this stuff, but you know, I don't
I
know.
was bawling like a baby all day yesterday, man.
I dropped crocodile tears all weekend. Didn't even want to be around anymore. It was fucking bad.
Hmm. I mean, everything's just getting so heavy, you know,
Mhm.
with like no reprieve in sight. October baby, I love the shorts you made. You're beautiful. We're some good looking women over here. Okay, here's sugar pie. Yeah, I know Rosie, but I didn't know what Rosie was talking about. I thought someone was targeting her.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
shocked.
Sorry.
She said, I'm shocked because I don't support people manipulating anyone. Wow.
Yeah, I know it. And I had that same mod that said something to her. Give me a baby. Showed me that she was that I couldn't. Well, she showed me that her subs like went up, all of a sudden went up when a bunch of us were unsubbing because of it. And
Right.
and then her girlfriend seen that she was in Sugar Pie, so I was just gonna tell Sugar Pie. I didn't want to I don't want to steer you guys in any direction. I just want you guys to let you know what's going on. You know, to each its own. But it's like it's weird that she keeps wanting all like Nicolita's people and them on her side, and it's just really weird. I don't know. She fits
Yeah.
in. She fits in better over there, but like that's who she came on here against. So it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You are too, Lori? Oh man, me too.
I wonder if there's like a what do they call that?
Full
Not
moon usually, doesn't it?
equinox.
Oh.
What is that? I'm gonna Google it. So, here
That
here
sounds
I am here I am supposed to be a gypsy and I don't know this.
Yeah. Hey.
Anybody know a gypsy that might know that these answers?
The Boswell.
I just played one on TV.
My baby's shushing me. You shush. I'll eat your finger. Yes, I will.
Is there a what do you ask? Is there a what? A what? Spell that.
Ooh, you singing? Yeah, you singing. Wow. What is that? That's your Uncle Ryan's ashes. Yeah, it's Uncle Ryan's ashes. No. No, if you get down, you'll get into stuff. I'm gonna go lay her down.
This says not until March 20th. So I don't know. It does seem like there's sadness everywhere right now. There's a lot of shootings in my town, and this is like my hometown. So when I wake up and I hear another one, it's like daily. I'm like, what the hell, man? Whose 911 call? Voices says I'm dying to hear Rap's 911 call and see who done it. Did someone call the cops on him? .com says I'm not getting emotional. I refuse to take anything serious anymore. I just say to myself, it is what it is.
All right, now I'm free. Oh, she's getting heavy. My arm hurts. I am not getting.
Do you know what 911 call they're talking about?
Oh wait, hold on. What? What 911 call?
Right here.
I am dying. Oh yeah. Oh, 911 call? Well, whoever it was called in this welfare check on him or whatever, saying, there was a fight going on at his house and stuff. Like a fist fight. But between
They said from Rap swatting that he had done on him last.
You didn't know that? It wasn't really a swatting. A swatting is like when like the SWAT team comes, guns drawn and stuff. But a couple officers showed up to his house to do a welfare thing. And I know somebody else who also got one a couple hours ago. Not on our side. It was from like Fizzle and Tiffany Marie and them, but still.
You know what makes me mad about that is when we hear gunfire and we call, they say it'll be 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Because they're at someone's house that's been swatted.
Yeah.
They're using up resources. What if somebody was out here laying dead
That day that
and
CPS
they're,
came here,
they're tied up with some bullshit from
not,
YouTube kids.
not my CPS visit from last week. I didn't tell you guys about, but
I mean, I don't know about you, but I got grounded when I called, 911 or made fake calls like that. Your refrigerator is running, shit like that. I got grounded.
oh yeah, we used to call stores and or people in town that come pick up their turkey they won from the store. Thank you, sugar pie. No, it was. I didn't know how to bring it up without sounding like, like I was trying to steer you guys in one direction or another. But we all already know on here that that's not something you do, and that's not how you go about getting friends or subs or anything. And you don't come in here and try to break up a community that we just worked so hard on coming together with.
Right.
But
You're right about that.
so I just didn't know how to bring it up. I thought I'd do it privately, and then I said, fuck it. And I just said it. So sorry, my language.
You kill me though, because it's like that song, I get knocked down, but I get up again. That's you, man.
I love
I
it.
mean it. I do too. I mean,
I can't help it. I guess I worry more about like my friends, and I do me and stuff and whatever. As far as like, when they get hurt. And recently I started worrying about me. I mean, real recently. And I mean, it got to the point, you guys, where Nick Lee is saying all that crap about my daughter. I brought her to the damn doctor thinking there was something wrong with her. And there's nothing. I just was thinking that because, it's constant. Let's bash Lips' kids. Let's talk about our 2-year-old. Just stupid stuff. So I
want to know, you're not missing a kid. I want to know where Don Wells' kid is. And to me, when they're pointing fingers at you, it's a diversion, and I want to know why. You're not missing a kid.
No, I know. I know. Right.
And it's like when people are riding Mama T's ass, I'm like, you know what? Who cares if she's in there shooting up drugs? She ain't missing a kid.
Right.
She ain't missing a kid, And like Jimbo, I don't care what he did when he was 5. He ain't missing a kid. Can we go back and let's worry about the missing children here?
Right. No, a lot of them are.
To me, it's on purpose, like psyops, like they were paid to come here to divert our attention.
Well, that
paid trolls
like BK and them. That does make me wonder because I mean he's
hell yeah, it's kind of like a peacock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where's he getting these lump sums of money just to throw out there for tips? Who are we to call Benny and give him any kind of tips? Doesn't make any sense. But it's him working. That's him working ahead of the police to me.
In all honesty, I'm going to give you my opinion on him, okay? And if he comes over here and attacks me, I don't give a shit. He didn't unblock me, so. He couldn't stand more out like a peacock here, that he plainly was paid to divert people away. Right. And I want to know why. And to shroud the church and do damage control PR for the church. Yeah. And I feel like now, this man devotes 24/7 to this case. He's not a detective. He's not a cop. And this man, in his mind...
A CI, but other than that, yeah.
I don't care if he's a CI. We're talking about
that's for free,
obsessed
yes.
with this case. Why?
Well, when it started coming out further and in more detail about him being in Tennessee around that time, that's when he started throwing out money. I wanted to know why. Why was it all of a sudden? Is it let's figure out a different way or a different person to blame besides me? Like it didn't. It was kind of weird.
I'm gonna take a bite of this cinnamon roll talk.
Ooh, is it one of those big giant ones you can get from the freaking restaurant? Oh, yeah. It's nice here. Sun's shining, but there's so much snow out there, and it's solid white. You can't even look outside.
I mean, am I the only one that's going scratching my head going, doesn't he have hobbies?
No.
Don't he go to the gym and work out? Where's his homeboys, his fellas? don't he go shoot pool? Don't he like, but
Right.
he's constantly.
My husband's on a pool league. I mean, when Cora came and stuff,
Don't
he
you find
quit
this
for a while,
odd?
but
I mean, he's not
yeah.
getting paid to do this. So why are you devoting every waking moment and involve family members in the obsession?
Well, he can
We
easily
know why Ernie
manipulate.
does it. We know why Ernie does it because he's on his own magic carpet ride. Okay.
I think Benny is too.
And you do? Okay.
Yeah.
That answers my question.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
because
trying to ask.
Yeah, he manipulates all those ladies, and lady, a lot of the hurt, broken ladies love the, I love you, you're beautiful, all that kind of stuff, and
You're
he
right.
gets money from that. They pay him to manipulate them. It's gross.
Okay, I get you.
Yep, that too.
So he gets paid to have his ego stroked all day long.
Yeah. I think he strokes his own. I'm just kidding. They do. They stroke it more.
Because let's face it, he's not going to solve this case. Come on, let's face it. He's not going to solve this case. It's going to take the FBI.
Yeah, he's not.
But and that's why it's so bizarre that he doesn't let us all talk about it. We're sleuthers. That's what we do. We sleuth.
Right. Yep. And anybody that might have something, he wants to try to debunk before he even figures out what the hell's going on. Oh no, that person's not credible. Only I'm credible, guys.
I mean, let's talk about in terms of just really trying to put this in perspective. What if Shaggy showed up with his dog and said, "Oh no, you can't investigate that. Just me and Shaggy can." What kind of bizarre shit is that?
It's kind of like some stuff that Dog the Bounty Hunter does. Hasn't he been proven to make some fake claims too?
Really?
Yeah, I thought
he's so fake for me. I can't watch it. Yeah, and
made a lot of fake claims, like the Brian Laundrie thing. He was never out looking for Brian Laundrie. It was just claims that he made, and then somebody else said that he made some other big claims too. I don't know what they were though.
Glad you're back, Curious.
Curious.
So okay, you can tell Don B probably does something else during the day. You see him take the garbage out, and he does other stuff. He made his office.
He's a weird one too, though.
But he's not like eat, drink, sleep this shit.
I know. So because it was to the point where Candace had to get a freaking PPO out on him. Or tried.
I think that she was told to do that by BK.
He was, maybe, but he was following her around and showing up in all these places that she was at and was doxing that Kathy lady's address. When she was supposed to be hiding out there or whatever. Not really hiding, but she didn't want a bunch of people knowing where she was.
But what do you think? You think it's money motivated?
Oh, I do. I have big time.
You do?
Really hurt. Yeah, money makes people do the dumbest shit. Drugs next to that. It's worse than crack almost.
Okay, since you got close to Candace,
I still talk to her.
What was the deal? What was the deal with the damn mattress?
Oh, I didn't ask that, but you guys, if it was blood, it wouldn't have been sitting there.
It could have been anything.
Yeah, it's just dirt and everything. That must have been the side of the bed or the end of the bed that got sat on the most, where they always use it for, because they don't have furniture. They didn't have
I wouldn't let my dog have babies on it. I wouldn't. And it looks like
that was one of the kids' mattresses or whatever from the bunks. Her mattress is still there after the dogs had babies on it.
I just, and if they didn't have resources, that's where I feel like people in the church should have donated stuff to the children.
I think
here's a bunk bed, because that happened for me.
Well, he built those ones that were in there. I thought they were kind of neat for quick builds.
But I mean, if you were invited over for a shindig and you saw that, wouldn't you? Hey, girl, let me help you out here.
Yeah, she doesn't like help. I mean, she's comfortable. I know that can go good or bad, but every time I try helping her, Don will take help. Candace just won't. She doesn't want anything from anybody. I mean, I guess, you bring something to her or something. I don't know. I mean, she'd probably take it or whatever, but like I've tried helping with a couple things, and I've seen that other people have tried giving her cash apps, and she just won't take them. She won't. She
Let
wants
me
her
throw
daughter.
this.
She says
Let
she
me
wants
throw
her
this
daughter.
out there. Let me throw this out there to you, Lips. Let's say it is fluids.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know, because I just really 100% believe they're not, because I don't think the police would left it there. They've been through that. They kicked in that door for the 11th time, you guys, even while she wasn't even there, searching and searching and searching. They would have known that to be what that was, fluids, right away, and it wouldn't have been there like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no way.
So you don't think they're guilty? You don't
Oh,
think
I'm
they're
not.
guilty?
I don't think that they physically made her bleed. No.
Okay, and you don't think they had anything to do with her being missing?
I don't. Don't say that.
Huh?
It's. I said I can't really say that. I told you not to say that, but I guess no, I can't really say that, and I'm prepared for that. Of course, I'm prepared for that.
So you feel like they have guilty
don't know.
knowledge about what happened to her?
I don't know, and that's why I want to go down there. I wanted to be down there this
Okay,
weekend.
let's say me and you and Sarah, we go to Vegas, and we each have $500, and you can put it on a crap table. Which one are you going to put it on? Yes, they do know, or no, they don't.
Ooh, god damn. That's tough. Wow, Gypsy. No, you're not allowed to. You sit back there and press buttons. I love them in the background. It's great. Damn, girl. I don't know.
I know.
I would have to. Oh man, I would have to separate the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to do one different for Candace and one different for Don.
Okay, that's fair enough. So $250.
Yeah.
250 says Candace knows. Or 250 says Don knows.
Damn it though, because see, no, when I do this, because I'll talk. That's why I don't tell like what I believe yet. Because like I'll say, okay, yep, Don knows, right? And then
there's a reason I'm asking this. Just know there's a reason I'm asking this, and I'm gonna say it here in a minute.
I don't have any proof that they are. No, I don't. And more proof shows that they're not.
Okay.
There's, if we look at only the facts show that she wandered off. There's footprints showing that and her scent and everything. But where did she go once she got back around to the main road? She just disappeared from there. So it could be the person's yard that her scent was last found in. We don't know. But I do believe that there are enough peddlers that would see a little girl walking down the road and pick her up. And I can't explain why, if it was one of them, how her footprints would have been all around over there, and then how they would have got back to the house without being seen and stuff. I just don't really understand that. So I can't make sense of it. Therefore, I can't say either way. Sometimes I want to say yeah, and sometimes I want to say no. But that's why I want to go down there. How do I don't know if I want to say this out publicly though. I want to bring Cora with me, and I know that's bad. A lot of people are going to think it's bad. I'll have protection and all that. I just think that the way she loves my daughter, I'm hoping it might, if she knows anything, it will trigger it. If not, if she doesn't, then it won't.
Mm-hmm.
But
the reason I ask is this right here. When I just said if you had $500, what would you? That's why it hasn't been brought to justice yet, because
nobody cares.
There's too much reasonable doubt.
Right. If you take away all the rumors off of YouTube, they're innocent. If you add in all the rumors from YouTube and all the bullshit of people's opinions, of course they're guilty.
But here, Sugar Pie says the law is corrupt. That alone raises reasonable doubt, and it has nothing to do with Don and Candace, but it raises reasonable doubt.
Especially when the chief's son, he was hiding his own son for many reasons, and he was already being charged with all that stuff until he could have DNA and blah blah blah, because they didn't want him to pick him up and have his son in jail waiting on, you know, all that stuff. Whatever his excuses may be, but he's already done fucked up. I mean, his family has already been caught with, you know, Carly Trent that was on their property. I mean, just lots of weird things. But then again, we don't know the full details to that either. Because I can go and I can ask Candace something to where somebody on YouTube, or they'll say you know, whatever, will take something small and make it so big you just can't believe it, right? Because we don't know the details around it. And she can answer me and it will simplify everything. Like, she's never come back with an answer that made me feel like she was hiding something or whatever. She's always had an answer, and it's always been simple.
Now, this is something that I'm going to throw this out.com. I totally agree. I totally agree with you.
And I'm glad that we can talk like this too.
Yeah. .com. I'm agreeing with .com because because of some of the things that have come out of his mouth. That just, to me, is like,
I know it.
Okay,
I know it.
so
I think about that makes me want to say yes. But then if I take away all the YouTube shit and worry about just, you know, the facts and what they've found so far, you know.
Let's do process of elimination. Let's do process of elimination. Okay, if we did a pro and con list.
Oh, the wells are this. Hey, how about I show you guys? Oh, wait. Let me send you something. See if you can't pull it up and read it here online real quick, okay? This is what they're fighting against.
Mookie says the only ones that have an impact on how this case is being handled are the wells, and they aren't doing anything.
They are, though. They are. See, that's the thing, is that we just don't know what they're doing, but they are. They're doing things. Even yesterday or the last 3 days, me and Candace have been talking about getting a lawyer just to take down half of this shit off of YouTube, the rumors and stuff, because it's fucking with the case that bad. So, I mean, she's doing things, and she's asking and reaching out for that kind of help. She just don't want nobody's money and stuff.
Okay, Curious, let's stop for a minute and read what Curious says, and then I'm going to show you something, and I want you to think about it, Lips, okay? Before you say anything, think about it. Read this, and then I'm going to show you something.
What made them look guilty was mostly due to their actions on YouTube, yes, after she went missing. Plus, they said she will never be found. I know, that bugs me. That's always bugged me. It reeks guilt.
Okay, so you're missing your little girl, and someone goes, I'm going to give you a platform, and this is what you do with it.
How y'all doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing real good.
The phones they had barely worked. They had the minimum amount of Wi-Fi that barely worked. You know, did
you watch that?
Oh no, I didn't. Sorry, I didn't even hear nothing. Hold on. Okay, do it again.
You didn't watch it? Okay.
No, sorry.
You're missing your little girl. Slow down. You're missing your little girl. You don't know where she is. You're panicked. And someone says, here, social media. It'll get the word out. And this is what you do with your time on social media. You do this.
How y'all doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing real good.
Stop that. Dude, your guys is...
She sounds like the OC at a bar. Don't forget to tip your bartender.
Stop that. You're right. And well, they didn't have a chance to begin with like, you know, what was going on. And I just sent Gypsy this thing that it's not just this that they're fighting against, you guys. But Tennessee has a thing where they'll get up to $300 a day for kids that are challenging, kind of thing. And what they're not wanting or needing, the Tennessee needing a bunch of money, and all this crap. There's some weird things going on in the system, and they have to take so many kids a year from families to keep that money going.
I have read that too. Is that not disgusting?
It's gross.
Or they will lose the federal money.
Yes. They will lose the federal funds. And it says Tennessee incentivized to keep children in the state custody in order to keep federal funds. And that's up to $300 a day to these foster care parents that are taking care of these kids that they claim are so challenging.
Wow.
And they want it all to go away, and they want their daughter back. And I know that can't happen, but
You know, Nicolina said one time, she said, if y'all want to know who the biggest child traffickers are, she said, it's DSS.
Oh yes,
That sent chills up my. I wanted to cry. I
it's
was like,
true.
oh my God,
It is. It's disgusting. It's true. And now, okay, now think about that. And why is she constantly calling Child Protective Services on people than to have their kids put in that situation?
I don't know.
It's gross. She says that and then wants everybody's children in there.
She wants to feel power for some reason.
person.
I think at some point in her life, she felt powerless or feels powerless, and this is making her feel powerful.
Oh, yes. People come on here, not everybody, but some, the ones like her, will come on here to be who they couldn't be in real life. So she's on here being, controlling and doing, manipulative and doing all these things that she couldn't get away with in real life. She couldn't do. She had no control over, like Gypsy's saying. Guys know I am bad with words, but.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a lot of different things going on in that situation. They feel helpless. They've always felt helpless. They put their 100% trust in the freaking Hawkins County and all that. And Hawkins County is so bad. I mean, they're cheap. Why is it nobody in so I think it was like 12 years. We could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know the years, but nobody will run against Lawson. They won't even run against him. They won't even.
I bet they will this year. I bet they will this year. Can you imagine the media frenzy? Pedo dad runs for sheriff, right?
Oh God, yes, I know.
Yeah, he's screwed now.
I hope so, but there's whatever it is that his family has in fear of whatever is going on there is crazy. So I've even
read this right here at Real Gypsy Soul. As I've told you before, I'm local. I'd love for you to do a show on DCS corruption. I could write a book on just my family members affected. Me too.
Man.
Me too. Same here. Absolutely. I will definitely do that.
Yeah, I think that needs to happen.
Let me write it down so I don't forget. I have a terrible memory anymore.
Oh yeah, isn't Tennessee the highest has the highest amount of missing children? Or am I wrong? Or is it
who, Tennessee?
Yeah,
that would be. I would love to know the stats on that. I'll have to look. My sister-in-law was a statistician, and I'll have to contact some people that I can get some figures from.
Ice is constantly falling off my house. It sounds like shit's going on everywhere.
You're getting snow. I'm so jealous.
No, we had the snow and we got a good foot or so. It's melting now, but like the sun is out so bright right now that it's melting everything like crazy, like quick. Okay, so what state has the most missing children? Texas has like 3,588. New York's got 2,500. Florida's got 2,200. Ohio, California, Washington, and it goes down from there.
Think about our
is New Mexico.
I know why.
Yeah,
I bet those are all port cities.
Where do most child abductions occur? Attempted abductions most often occur on the street while children are playing, walking, or riding bikes, just like I thought. Because it's easy. Put them in a car and go. Younger children are more likely to be playing or walking with a parent.
Isn't that how they got Monkey?
Huh?
And isn't that how they got Monkey? He was like riding a scooter and they just rode up in a van.
He was just walking, looking for friends to play with. Number one for kidnapping is, it says it's in India. Under the age of 6 get kidnapped the most. Wow. Gender is females. The 3 most famous ones are Amber Hagerman, Patty Hearst, and Charles Lindbergh Jr. Oh, and Adam Walsh. Safest state in the U.S. right now. New Hampshire. Vermont, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Hawaii.
Truth Hurts says at Real Gypsy Soul, the 16-year-old I'm trying to get the flyer to you about was in DCS custody. I also have a 16-year-old nephew who was a runaway while in their care. and he was killed in a car wreck. Son of a bitch. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
I am so torn about how I feel about DSS, because as far as like their intervention with abuse and drugs and alcohol, I get that they're all for reunification and that kind of thing, because they're short on families. I mean,
Yeah.
when the opiate epidemic happened, all these kids went into foster care because their parents were passed out at the car, at the intersection and shit, and junkies and stuff. And they've kind of run out of good people. And now the good people are hooked on shit,
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
everybody. It
And
used to be the cover of Time magazine one year was the Prozac Nation. Now we are like so medicated on so many other things. We are a pharma nation.
Oh yeah, there's Oxycontin Highway and Meth Mountain, and yeah, there's all kinds of crap. Listen to this. I don't know how I believe this. How many kids have gone missing from Disney or at Disney?
Oh my God.
No child has ever been taken from a Disney resort, it says.
Wow. What about Gatlinburg?
Ooh.
Their resorts, like Dollywood or something like that.
How many kidnappings happened in Gatlinburg?
Because I'm gonna tell you what drew me to this story. I was on vacation in Gatlinburg, and we stayed in a hotel right next to the pavilion, and what was it, Pigeon Forge, and Donna Serafina showed it and talked about it being a hub for trafficking trade-offs, a spot where you trade them off. And I had let my teenage son go out there alone, and I freaked out. And so I was hooked to the Summer Wells case from that point on, because I was just fucking there,
Right. Oh yeah. They grade it by like A, B, C, and D, and they're saying that
Hey, Chaotic.
The ratings there is like a C minus. It's slightly higher than the average, and U.S. city Gatlinburg is in the 34th percentile for safety, meaning 66% of the cities are safer than Gatlinburg.
See, I'm never moving to Tennessee. My husband loves it, and I'm like, you're crazy. If you heard these stats I hear every day, a 34 percentile safety rating out of 100. Fuck you. I'm not taking my kids there.
No, not at all.
I mean, this is a Nick Johnson video gone wrong. I mean, I'm sorry, but, and then the law there. We know how corrupt the law is because we've studied it and sleuthed it. But just think if you moved there and you didn't know that Ronnie Lawson's son was a RSO, and there you are.
Right.
There you are.
Until recently, and he's been this way for a long time, and his dad knew. He was hiding him out of state.
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie's known for a long time that this stuff was out there, But he needs to be forced of power or something. But even half the cops that work for there are gone now. They've either done something to lose their jobs or they've quit.
I think the reason why, now this is my honest opinion, I could be so wrong, but Sugar Pie says these people don't care about the welfare of our kids. Maybe the brand new young social workers do. Yeah, I do think that they get numb, and they get, and that's when they need to retire. They need to maybe have, you can do this for 5 years, but then we need to move you to another department.
Oh yeah.
They really do, because you get desensitized, and it just becomes paper pushing.
Oh yeah.
And then there's kids that fall through the crack. But my thing is, there needs to be more people. Hey, Night Stalker, applying to get kids. I think that people are shying away from it, because they know they're born with addicted to opiates, and they're difficult. They have colic, or they have developmental issues, or they have.
That thing says they get paid up to $300 a day. That's just in Tennessee.
But think about when you used to foster, let's say maybe 20 years ago before the opiate epidemic, it might have been an easier task. But now there's so many that have been scarred from the social, problems. Yeah, and whether it's because of, and I've got my opinions, if immunizations are causing autism, this is something that's only been around since like the 70s. Everyone has someone autistic in their family now.
Okay.
Where years ago, wasn't it Down syndrome? And before Down syndrome, it was called mental retardation, and they were very different. So you're talking about, they're thinking, gosh, this isn't going to be, I'm going to bring home a healthy, happy little baby and we're going to make our family whole. They're thinking, wow, it's going to be drug addicted. It's going to have violent issues. It's, and so they shy away from even going and applying. So this is where I'm thinking, God, it's just such a cycle.
Now I went to like I said, you guys, when freaking people are out there bashing my kid, I kind of took her to the doctor because I was just wanting a double whatever, but verification, she was fine. And I asked them, because they wanted to update her on her shots and stuff, and I was like, no, and then she kind of asked why, and I said, well, I'm worried about this autism thing and these shots and stuff, and she brought in some lady or whatever, supposed to be like a specialist or something, kind of that department. But she says that it's been proven fact that the guy that did that study was admitted he lied. He did a whole big thing. He's in prison now. The guy who come out and said that it was proven to be autism was back to shots. He's in prison for coming out with that. And there's actual studies that say that it's not caused from shots. Like, she gave me a book and everything about it. I just haven't read it. I think it's in my truck.
Right. But either way, whatever's causing it.
Yeah, I know something.
It's a deterrent for people applying because they don't think that they can. I mean, I know family members that weren't able to have children and did not become foster parents because they didn't think that they could handle it.
Right.
So they were, had the financial means, had the educational means, had the spiritual means, but just didn't think they had it emotionally in them.
And don't know who they're getting.
This is my solution to that. I'm going to throw this out there again. Where we have to go back to, where some things weren't broke that we tried to fix. We have to go back to the community and building our community and getting to know our neighbor and taking them a loaf of bread and letting them borrow an egg to finish the cake. And I think that we have to get back to community. And when I say church, I don't necessarily mean the building. Like now, where I would go for support would be here. This has become my support system. And when I think about, my husband's aging, he has dementia. I have a teenage son that is autistic, and I'm bipolar, and I have a lot of agoraphobia. Like, I don't drive anymore because I have agoraphobia. Where my daughter was murdered, I always feel like, what if something happens and I'm not home?
Oh, no.
What if something, So I moved to my old hometown neighborhood where I went to high school, and I am surrounded. I mean, the minute something goes wrong, I pick up the phone, I put out a text on Facebook, and they roll up. That's having a sense of community. And God bless, thank you, Lord Jesus, that I have that. And I think that we have to get back to, and I don't mean to sound like Hillary Clinton, but it takes a village. It takes a damn village. And we are responsible for that little kid walking down the street that ain't got an adult holding on to its hand. That's where we walk outside and go, can I help you? Where's your mommy? Things like that just don't happen anymore. We don't want to get involved. We're afraid we're going to get shot, right?
Yep.
And we have to go back to building our community, because we can't depend on just each other. Like when my daughter was murdered, we thought living down at the beach away from our support system would be a good reprieve, because some of them were judgmental and it was pushing me over the edge, and they were making me doubt my ability to raise her son, and maybe everybody was better off if I weren't here. And so I needed to disconnect from those toxic family members that were sort of taking their trauma of her death out on me. I couldn't carry that and mourn and raise her son and my son too.
Wow. Okay.
So we took off to the beach, and it served its purpose, but there came a time when I needed to come back home and lean on. And I think that we've all become so, like, we went through that 90s stage where every female song was kick them to the curb, break up with them, dump them, get a divorce, woohoo, waving our bras. We don't have to put up with shit. We make big money now. And unfortunately, that promoted breaking down a household, and that broke down society. And where we were trying to be where we were trying to be independent women, we were also neglecting our children. They were latchkey kids. Let yourself in, give yourself lunch, I'll be home later.
Yep.
And they needed us. And so I think that we kind of took for granted some of the things that, like, let's just say, going back to, let's say, a village in Africa, how do they care for one another? Well, that's just it. They care for one another. They don't just, well, that's the neighbor's kid, that's the neighbor's kid. If they look like they're in need, you say, hey, can I help you? And vice versa. And like when we moved up to the country, I'd never lived in the country before in my whole life. I was raised in the city. And I needed to, like, go from one reprieve to the other. I wasn't ready to get back to the city life yet. And the country people out there, you did not go hungry. They were bringing you corn from the field. They were bringing you deer meat. They brought wood. They brought spiritual prayer. And I thought to myself, this is how it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to be. And there was a book someone told me from church that says, where's my casserole? And she said that was something that we stopped doing through the generations, is when someone died, we stopped bringing a casserole.
It's definitely generational for sure.
And it's like we need to get back to taking them a damn casserole, because they can't think about feeding the children right now. They just lost somebody to cancer or COVID or whatever it may be. And I need to make them a damn casserole. The simplest thing could relieve so much stress in your neighbor's life.
Right. When I had Cora, we didn't know that she was going to come when she came. We didn't know that we were going to have a preemie, an hour and 15 minutes away from us. We had to drive every day, sometimes a couple of times a day. We didn't know all that. And I had to reach out to my community, and they did. There's a lot of the older people, though, came through. And I mean, they were even offering like gas money and stuff for us to go. It was costing us like, was it $25 to $50 a day?
Yeah, that reminds me of something else. Like my children were going through a bad bout of being bullied at school, and one of them became suicidal. And my church was like, "Do you have gas? And do you have parking money?" Oh. And we were like, "Well, no. As a matter of fact, we don't," because we were way far away from Baptist Hospital. And so they were like, "Well, here's a gas card and here's your parking money," because it's like $10 an hour at the emergency room here. And it's Brenner, North Carolina Brenner's Children's Hospital, world renowned. So getting a parking space, it's like you want to pay that because you finally found one, but you welcome paying it. But you get it, stamped when you get inside. If you came through the emergency room, they stamp that shit. But but point is, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Sharing your crop,
Yep. for sure. I'm gonna jump down and listen though. I appreciate.
I'm sorry. Did I get to babbling? I'm
No,
sorry.
no. I'm always
sorry. I
ready,
didn't mean
trying
to.
to be like, yup, while you're talking.
I gotta go, right?
I don't have to.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for coming up and clearing up that it isn't the same Rosie. People were confused about that, I think,
Yeah,
earlier.
right, and I'm glad that you guys thought about that too, because I don't think about the whole big picture when I'm talking. So
Yeah, you don't
yeah,
want to confuse those two either right now.
right, yeah. And I just want you guys to know what kind of was going on and stuff. But yeah, thank you. I'll be in chat.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Sarah, do you want to come up? I'm going to put down a link here. Copy. And you can give us your opinion of DSS. Chaotic says, I used to volunteer as a child advocate, and I can tell you DCS is not for the children. They are for families being together. Yeah. Raising hell and eating cornbread. Exactly, Chaotic. Glad to see you in here today. Mookie's mom says, yes, Chaotic. I worked in that field 7 years, and reunification was always the goal. Well, I know that Sarah has personal experience with DCS, so I'm sure she has her opinion too here.
Extensive. Oh, what did I miss? Were you conversating about that?
Yes.
I missed it.
I believe it was Truth Hurt said she wants me to do a show on it.
That would be good.
And then we got talking about how they're for the kids or not for the kids, for reunification, how they're corrupt in Tennessee.
A lot of people think that they're corrupt. I've heard that a lot.
How they're being misused in our true crime community, out of spite. Curious says, I have always thought Tennessee was beautiful, but those stats are scary. The stats for Gatlinburg, I don't know if you heard this or not, was it's a 34% safety out of 100.
34% what? Reunification or?
No. That was just a safety issue if you ever travel there.
Oh, safety. Okay.
Let's say you go on vacation there.
Oh.
There's a chance you'll lose your kid while you're there. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
That you'll see crime. They overload the cases on the workers, Truth Hurt says. Do you think that they're overloaded?
Yes. They don't have enough and there's too many caseloads to get the proper care, I feel like, yes.
Do you feel like, as a society, to fix that problem where they are deficit, that maybe community help, if you had neighbors, cousins, church folk, social people in the community, from the fire department that you see at Christmas when they light up the tree outside and you have a pinto bean supper, those types of things where you get to know each other in your community, would you have ran away and sought help if you had a community to run to?
That's hard to say, and I did actually leave multiple times, even starting when I was younger, and I thought I was pretty clever about it. I would pack a backpack, for instance, with cookies, because that's what was in my house, cookies, and I was thinking ahead. I packed a sewing needle and thread in case my clothes ripped. Like, I really thought about it, but I always came back at nighttime, sometime in the night. I didn't last out there too long, but I never went to anyone per se. I just went out in the woods. I always went in the woods and hid.
And see, I did. I grew up in suburbia off Country Club Road. So when mom was raising hell, as I would put it, I went and played. I went to my neighbors. I went to my neighbors. I went down to the church community center that was always open, and people were playing bingo or Old Maid or roller bat. I mean, I had a community. I can't imagine what I would be like today if I hadn't had that.
Well, one of my spots was the library, I guess you could say. I would always ride my bike there and take off there. That was one good spot, but not community, really.
Okay, so Truth Hurt says, my daughter has placed in her home and she is paid $14 a day. And then Raising Hell and Eating Cornbread says, I was at one point a foster parent in Tennessee, and trust me, you do not get $300 a day.
Oh, hell no. Where's that?
I'm not sure who said that. I'm way behind.
Oh, do I have to go
Let's
up,
see.
scroll up?
But
Okay.
the heads of these places are dirtier than the social workers. There's been once blowers, families, journalists, doctors, politicians that have exposed this along with FOIA documents.
When I was a foster kid, the parents got like it was either 20 to 25 a day. I think it was $20. I mean, then you get your stipend every 3 months for the kids' clothes and stuff, and they give you a little help at Christmas time for the kids. But they got $20 a day. That's regular foster care. But then I also was in specialized foster care, which at the time was higher pay, and it was $50 a day per kid. And my
Mm-hmm.
foster mom got $100 a day for two of us. But I mean, that was then, and now I'm sure the rates have gone up. I'm sure they get a little more, but it's still not really much money.
Chaotic Beauty and Crime says, I used to volunteer as a child advocate, and I can tell you DCS is not for the children. They are for families being together, reunification.
Well, it never felt like that when you're the kid. From the kid's perspective, I guess maybe it was how I was taught. I always felt like they were the bad ones. You know what I mean? Because they're the ones taking you in your mind when you're a child. You don't understand.
DSS is.
Yeah, that's how I learned to think of them as the bad guys. Yeah.
And didn't you say that you were like coached
Yep.
how to manipulate
Yeah.
DSS?
Yes, so that's why I always think of the other people when they're caught from my own perspective in mind. When you have a master manipulator family, you know what they tell the kids to say and stuff and teach you police are bad. They teach you the foster parents are bad. The workers are going to come to the house, so you got to tell them this or they're going to take you. And, it's all a negative thing. They're all negative. We're not taught, in some families, you're not taught that they're out for help. They're just the bad guys. They're going to take you.
Right.
So you lie. You got to work that lie. You're taught to lie for some families. So that's what I kind of see when I look at some families like the Wells. I can't help that perspective's in my mind because I've seen
Mm-hmm.
both sides of it. And I look at those boys and I think, were they coached? Because I was. It happens.
This is where I feel like we can't depend on the federal government for every damn thing. And this being a social, civil issue, it's like we've got to get back to, when we grill out, it's a neighborhood thing. When we have a birthday party, it's a neighborhood thing. And we go back to rebuilding communities for these children so they don't fall through the cracks. And when I say know your neighbor, I don't mean sleuth them to the point you know what their toys look like. I mean, just make sure you're not, taking your eye off of them around them. You know what I mean? Use your common frickin' sense.
Yeah.
And I don't mean use them to be your babysitter either. I mean, be present at that birthday party and cookout. I don't mean dump them there and take off.
No fear got adopted. Some of my siblings did get adopted, but I always felt like I wouldn't because I was older. I was the oldest
Thanks,
girl.
Truth Hurts. I appreciate that.
So that's really
Go
cool
ahead.
that you got adopted. I always wanted that to happen, but no one adopted me. But I found some of my siblings later on in life through social media. I went on great lengths to search for some of them, and I've eventually found everyone because of the internet. So at least I know where everyone is.
Lips, do you mean one every hour is abducted in Tennessee?
Wow, where's that?
One every hour. We were looking up the stats in Gatlinburg. Chaotic Beauty and Crime says, I fought against DCS getting some children back and wrote in-depth reports on why. But in the end, the court proceedings, the ones truly fighting for the kids, don't matter. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Let's see.
That's
If
cool.
I lived in the city, I'd be kicked out. No Fear said he was adopted when he was 6. How do you feel about DCS? I feel like it was an intended purpose idea that went awry. It just became.
Oh, that's so sad, raising hell. Eating cornbread. I can respect that job because that's not easy. Those babies go through torture. That is not a job for anyone to deal with it.
See, I think that's a big reason why people don't apply to be,
Mm-hmm.
He says they're in it for the money and not the kids.
Yep.
That's like what, not Natalie, but Nicolina was saying.
That's how I felt about the foster homes when I was a kid. From a kid's perspective, you're only doing it for the money. But once I matured and grew up, they're not doing it for $20 a day. That's not making bank.
Mm-hmm. Coupon Madonna says, with as open as the wells were, I don't know that they would have been coached. I mean, if my house looked like that, I would have never let Chris McDonough in to show it to the world. Just my opinion. I think she did pull out the good candles, though, Donna.
I just remember that interview where Dawn was standing with, was it Josie? Is that the older boy?
Yeah, when he had his hand on his neck.
Yeah, I started thinking of how I was coached and stuff, like he grabbed him. I don't know. I just felt like something was off. Like he wasn't allowed.
Boy, you better not say nothing against your daddy. I'll whoop your ass.
Yeah, something like
Allegedly.
that. Or they'll take you, kind of thing came back to my mind. Don't say this, or they'll
I'm
take
sure
you.
what went through his mind is, do you want what happened to Summer to happen to you? You can get gone too, son. Think about that.
Something feels off about that. The kid looked uncomfortable. All I know is that, and I felt the uncomfortable. I don't know. I just felt it.
He rules by intimidation, which gets you killed this day and age. That's how you get shot. That's how you get shot. Trying to rule by intimidation. That's how you get shot.
Dawn is right.
My opinion. Let's see. A lot of the time, the courts work opposite and give kids back they shouldn't, and keep kids in the system that they should have. Yeah. It's like protocol has just gone, and they need to start all over. They need to start. But this is where it's like we can't put everything in the government's hands. I mean, that's where you're like moving to more government involved in your decision making and in your life. I don't want that. I want freedom. That was the whole point of getting on that damn boat and coming over here. Okay. So it's like, here we go, coming over here and go, well, I think that, I don't think that Jeff Gordon should be able to go around that curve that tight. And I think that we need all these bars and shit on my car before I race him. Am I right? No Fear? They have made that sport not fun because they have put so many laws and shit to death that it ain't even a sport anymore. Right? No Fear? I'm talking about race car driving. And it's like you can do something to death and you've missed the whole point of it. So I just feel like we're not utilizing our community, and we need it really bad. And maybe if we put some responsibilities on each other's lap and hold each other accountable, we won't have time to stay high.
What the hell? So I don't know. Back in the day, I didn't have no child advocate. I don't know if like things have changed now, and there's a lot, these advocates like Chaotic's talking about, which I respect that too. That's pretty cool. But I didn't have any damn advocate. Where was my Chaotic? Okay, I didn't have a Chaotic.
So how would you change that, Sarah?
I mean, I think they should have met with us more, talked to us more, tried a little harder, been in contact to see how the homes were and how the homes are running and how the people are treating you and how they're not giving you food enough and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because some homes were bad. Most, they weren't all good. Okay, they were not all good, and some of them had limits on things. But I had one good home, the last home I had, and I'm still in contact with her, and she still helps me to this day. And she lives in my neighborhood, actually.
Did you ever think about becoming a social worker?
Absolutely. Wanted to in my early 20s. When I got my next house, I bought a house young, but I wanted to, what do you call it? Expand, get a different house. And I wanted to do that, but it's not in my husband's mind. Nope, not at all. But that's what I wanted to do and give back and do that. So we're on, opposing sides on that. I wanted to help
Yeah.
other kids. I do. I wanted to do it because I know how it feels. So I feel like I'd be good at it. But wasn't in my cards, I guess. I got my own, hands full, I guess, now. So sorry,
Is
this
this
ambulance.
a race? I mean, not a race, but a car chase.
There is an ambulance going right by me. Yeah.
No, not a
I'm
car
near.
chase.
I'm right near the hospital. That's why I just left an appointment.
Exactly.com. I say less government. We have to depend on our community more. The government doesn't have our best interest at heart.
Isolation didn't help with the C.
Read Sugar Pie.
You can't see it because I'm driving unless you read it.
I'm gonna read it to you.
Okay.
She's going through this too in Scotland. She said, I totally agree. The government is trying to make the West a nanny state, socialist, communist, in my opinion. I find that's what's happening in our world right now is more than just a coincidence. Too much government. I don't need the man breathing down on my neck.
Mm-hmm.
Like in kindergarten and first grade, I have ADHD. And they would put me outside with my desk in the hallway and leave me sitting out in the hallway because I talk too much. And
Oh, I think I'm witnessing something bad.
I couldn't have been more happy out there in the hallway where I could sing and I could like daydream. And I usually daydreamed about running away from the school and going home.
I actually did that a lot, like you. You know how you went on your lunch breaks?
Yeah.
Lunch break, didn't go back. I did that a lot at school. I just walked home. I'm like, I'm going home.
Conformity has never been my forte.
Yep.
And when I watch Santa Claus is Coming to Town, it's all about, I mean, if you think about it in terms of politics and socialism, Santa Claus is Coming to Town is the exact analogy of me. Like when Burgermeister Meisterburger said no toys for the children. And he said, screw you. And he broke into the house through the chimney and gave kids toys anyway. And he told him that he was a rebel and a nonconformist for going against the government.
Oh, boy.
That's my Santa Claus is Coming to Town analogy to politics. You don't like it?
I'm sorry. I got distracted because the ambulance, the parking lot's blocked off, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if I'm at a store, and I think maybe somebody OD'd in the parking lot or something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna have to get out because there's no way out. Yeah, something's going on bad. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna leave this store and go to a different one.
She did say, though, up there where you were at, was it New Hampshire? Was the safest place for children in all of America was New Hampshire?
Probably around that area. I think Erica's around there. Well, she might be in Maine, but I'm in the whole that region because I'm in Massachusetts. I'm not far from all that. It's a drive. A lot of people go there for the weekend where I am.
So one of the first serial killer books I ever read was The Boston Strangler, Albert DeSalvo. Have you ever read that?
No, but I've been checking out. Chaotic's been posting a lot of those serial killer things, and they're freaking me out when I read about them. I'm like,
But you are in distance of where you could go and see where these happen, because he was like, he would portray a maintenance guy and wear a maintenance uniform and everything, and he would go to a single woman's door and go, maintenance, and she would open the door, and there he went. Yep. I'm here to fix your pipes, and then she'd let him in. And that's how he killed them, these women in apartment buildings there in Boston. Yeah.
.com, same with me. She says I watch Daisy when she talks to Dawn, then I leave. I kind of skip those comments too.
Well, did you see her stand up to Benny though? Did you watch that.com where she said, "You're not going to intimidate me off this case. I'm going to keep talking about Summer, and you will not intimidate me away from it." Did you see that.com?
Is that how she felt, like he was doing that to her? Why?
Yes. She said she pretty much in her words, not quoting her by any means, but I don't know what your plight is, but you need to run on out of here because I'm going to do what I got to do. And if he wants to talk to me, I'm going to talk to him, and you won't intimidate me. And just put him in his place, and he left.
Now, since I was here earlier, and I left for a while, it seems like there's some new people in here that weren't in here. Did they hear about the stuff that was on the lab last night, the clips that you played? Has anybody else got to hear those again?
Oh, I don't know. I can play them again, though, real quick here.
It's important for everyone to check out the lab last night and remember the things. Dawn said some new things and some new admissions, and it talked about some of the things when he was in jail. Now it's out there what they came and talked to him about, which we didn't know.
Really? Oh, I don't know that. I haven't seen it. And it's on the lab from last night. I did share it on my community wall.
I think it skips ahead like in the first about you go up to like 10-minute mark maybe or something, 12 something, then he starts talking to playing the Dawn clips. But then Chris M called because Chris M heard it, and he's like, well, since it's out there now, and he admitted and said that they came and talked about it, now I can talk about it. And he said a few things too, so it's worth the watch. It's worth
Okay, hold on. I have a couple here, so y'all just bear with me. I have a couple here.
I think it's important for all the people supporting it, Dawn, to at least
back to the place you last knew you had, and you're going to retrace your steps. And I feel like there's a possibility with her going down there. Now, they didn't go down there just once. Candace went down there once, somewhere between 4 and 5. And then around 10 or 11, they went back down there again with Dawn. So I don't know any other people that are involved in meth other than what they say about Fred.
Fair use.
It just, not even loosely, it just like very strictly looks like Don's saying, yeah, I wish we could go in my neighbor's house, and I don't like meth dealers. And where are you going to go? You're going to go back to the place you last knew you had, and you're going to retrace your steps. And I feel like there's a possibility with her going down there. Now, they didn't go down there just once. Candace went down there once, somewhere between 4 and 5. And then around 10 or 11, they went back down there again with Don.
That was Benny when he said the theory of maybe she got left at the meth house.
I haven't heard that.
Okay. All right, hold on, then I'm going to play. Shit, where did I put these?
Yeah, so
on my community wall, right?
Once Josh starts talking and playing clips of Dawn, then Chris M actually calls him on the phone because Chris M was watching.
Yeah, I know, and I fell out, man. I fell asleep when Chris came on, but for the most part, I know he said that they're guilty as hell, right?
Yeah, Josh was very upset, about people supporting, because he's like, how can you not? He's talking about a 5-year-old being I don't want to say the word sexual, I don't know how to say that. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
Okay, these are I don't know who all's in here now, but these are him describing S.A.ing his sisters.
Yep.
And at first I said no. And I can remember it because it's the first time I've ever even had any kind of sexual experience whatsoever. She wanted to put her hands on my back, so I said no. And she says, "Oh, I do it all the time with my brothers or something like that." I can't remember exactly the words. And then I was like, "Oh, well, okay." And then she stuck her hands down my pants and she was spilling my but I didn't know I was doing wrong, and yeah, I'm guilty of doing the same thing. But I was first.
Fair use.
And at first I said no. And I can remember it because it's the first time I've ever even had any kind of sexual experience whatsoever. She wanted to put her hands on my pants, so I said no.
Okay, here's the other one here. Pretty gross, huh?
Starts admitting things and saying it.
Right. Let's see. Don Wells describes.
She said, that me and my buddies was chasing her around. We was all playing, and she fell down. I helped pick her up. And I ripped her shirt a little bit when I was helping to pick her up, trying to help her get off the floor because she fell down. And that's as far as it went, And I told them guys, "Hey, man, enough. She's down on the floor. She's thinking we're serious, trying to do something to her when we wasn't, And that's exactly what happened. And that's what she said at first. And she was all for me at first. Then all of a sudden she done a 180 on me. But in her statement that she signed, she said that we chased her through the house and then we made her take all her clothes off and then we just sit there and looked at her. And that was all her statement was. But there was 3 statements, which was a complete lie, dude. I promise you. When that fell, man. She said, that
Okay, so Josh asked him, and how old again? And, well, she was 5.
That's about ripping clothes, don't you think?
Hopefully everybody could hear that, okay? What do you think of what you just heard?
I don't know if I missed something else. Did you play something else? I was just sitting here figuring out, did I miss the sound? I knew you were talking about, the girl, but I think there's worse parts coming up where he talks about he was helping her up. She said that I ripped her shirt, but I was just helping her up. And it sounds like there were 3 of them predators.
Yes, and that was when they ganged up on her. Remember, she told Chris M that they ganged up on her. Hey, Stone Gator.
Yeah. So he actually confirmed what he did inadvertently was confirm some of the things she actually reported, and then it goes on to say how they came to visit him, and when he was in prison, Utah came to talk to him a couple times, and he talks about that. He just, he accidentally did some confirmation to her story, even though he didn't need to. Talks about her being sexual as a 5-year-old, and I mean and you think about it, that's so strange because he had a 5-year-old. That's what the alarming thing is to me.
That's where I'm like, now wait a minute, right?
I'm stuck on that because his own kid was that age. Are you saying kids that age or do that?
And then he said that Hunter's sister had a body that just wouldn't stop, and she was 10. 10? Are you kidding me? So that tells you the arrested development we're dealing with.
Yeah, and then Chris talked about that shed again, though. He really can't get that out of his mind.
There was that one where he goes, something about they think that Summer's in the safe.
Yeah, I guess he talked about
what
that. What
safe are they talking about?
What happened was TBI got a phone tip that they had somebody called in and said that they had her in a safe. I'm assuming her remains. So he talked about how they came and kicked his door in for the 11th time and turned the house upside down.
Oh my God, you're right.
Upside down to begin with.
Yeah.
Do what?
Oh, I thought
Are you talking about that? Is that why the house was such disarray whenever Chris M went there?
Oh, what up, Gator? I was like,
I don't think that that's what he's saying. I think he's just saying that they came in and raided him several times looking for her remains.
Basically, that's what he said.
And then Chris asked
His
him,
words.
Are you willing to let?" Or either it was Daisy. One of them asked him. I think it was Daisy. Asked him, "Would you let us, or whoever the powers may be, come search your land?" And he goes, "No, Candace won't let that happen again. They made too much of a mess."
I just came up here to say hi. I heard you
Hey,
talking about Don. I just woke up and
Oh,
realized I have physical therapy at
I
2
just
and it's
left
12.
mine. I just left PT
Huh?
myself. Gator,
Really?
listen to the lab from last night when you get a chance.
What?
Don Wells stuff. More new John
yeah.
Wells stuff came out.
And
He's
then he
stupid
was he
for
was
coming
on
back
Daisy's
and
panel.
oh, did y'all hear Dolly's brother died yesterday?
Yes.
Ollie, yeah. I guess somebody said he's staying off for a while because he's getting harassed because it's you know, that brother.
It's
But
not that brother.
so he does have another brother. All I know is the name is reportedly Mike. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah,
It's
I
his
read that it was.
oldest
It
brother.
was.
It's not. He made a post on Facebook.
So it's
Okay.
not that brother. So people are assuming, and he's getting harassed about it. So
He's
that's
taking He's not taking a break because he's getting harassed. He's taking a break because he just lost his oldest brother and he's probably taking a break to grieve.
I heard it was both because obviously we want to break
Well,
top it off.
I
You know,
heard it
want
out
to
of
feel
his,
that. Yeah.
did you watch
No,
his 4 minute live from yesterday?
no, we'll have to go watch
No, I
that.
didn't know he had one. I
It's
will after
because he's
this. Now that you said
grieving.
that.
It's not because of harassment. It's because of grieving. He doesn't give a shit. Well, I mean, he does give a shit. They're saying it's the other
Yeah, he
brother,
does.
but as far as
Yeah.
he's concerned right now, he's just worried about losing his brother and he's grieving. I mean,
Yeah.
he can take the harassment.
I know there was
But it doesn't help. It doesn't help,
no.
but he's just grieving his brother.
Hmm.
But anyway, sorry about. Yeah, it's not
Oh,
the RSO.
didn't. Yeah. Again, I didn't know he had another one. I don't know how many he has. Then, to tell you the truth.
And
Here you
then
go,
there's like
raising hell,
people
eating
saying,
cornbread. I put my email there in the chat. There's the gobblehouse at gmail.com or cynthiagobble at gmail.com. Here you go.
I don't know why
Alex.
Don Wells is coming back on social media. Like, is he that lonely?
Well, he was telling Daisy he was hoping to get help, one, for employment, and two, to get his boys back.
Do you really think they're gonna give him 10,000? Anybody's gonna give him $10,000 to get them kids back when the whole freaking world said they don't need the kids back until Jimmy goes to Tennessee and becomes friends with Don again, and now Don reappears and everybody wants to be all nice to him.
I don't know.
Well, I can tell
He's got
you from
some women fooled.
it's not happening. Actually, that came up. That subject came up last night on the lab. Also, they talked about how he's, expressed the need for money. And Chris emphasized, he took the time to emphasize 2 or 3 times. Think about this, guys. The kids are in protective custody. What does that tell you? Like he was trying to get it through to people. It's not
They
something.
had court when he was in jail. They had their chance.
It's not happening. It's protective custody. That's different than regular custody. Do you know what I'm saying? They're in there for their safety
Yeah.
now at this point. That's different than regular. There's no chance of getting them out of protect. He emphasized that. That's went over in detail last night on the lab also. Will help people to
Can
listen to.
I just add one thing? I personally think that's why they moved them out of the county.
Me too. Me too.
Hmm.
So do you think he's trying to get this 10K and then he's gonna bounce out of YouTube?
He might have just thought in his mind he could get a
I'm
lawyer.
hoping he keeps diarrhea of the mouth and they get caught.
Well, yeah, but I've been thought that was gonna happen when he first got out, but
I think a lot of us did. It didn't happen that way though.
And I want to be
I'm
here when it happens.
I'm beginning to think that I don't want to say this. I don't want to say this, and I hope this isn't what happened, but I really think when Dawn says they'll never find her, it's because Dotson, I think he's the one that has access to the funeral home. I really think they cremated her.
I think there's something like that going on, definitely.
It's a thought that crossed my mind, but I will say for somebody that talked about this that has a history of working at a funeral home, Justin, Justice for All came on and gave a speech about that. He said, this is what I did for work, and I can tell you, it's a long process, and there's no way that happened. From his words, not my words, not saying it is or isn't, just from somebody that has experience. I heard him talk about that.
It's a long process, but who the hell's gonna know it's going on at the funeral or
There
wherever they do it?
there might be certain practices they have to do in order, you know what I mean, or checks. I have no idea what rules are in place or who's watching, if two people have to sign off. These are the things I don't know. I only know what he said as somebody that's worked there, you know what I mean? And that kind of
All I
helps.
know is I hope that he harasses the shit out of them so that they finally file charges for why they got them to begin with.
So what you're saying, Sarah, is that someone would have found out because the process takes too long. Like he couldn't have just went through it overnight when they were closed, is what you're saying. Someone would have came in and noticed that the incinerator was on. If
That's a
he
good
did it
question.
illegally. If he was doing it illegally.
Well, let me ask y'all this. So I don't know where Sarah went, but if this were, let's say,
Sorry, I had to switch the earbuds.
let's say, like take for instance, the Amish are protected by their own government and their own law and their own court system, and so are the Mormons. Does that also mean their funerals?
So Sugar Pie says that one of the uppers owns the funeral home. And if you remember
Sugar Pie, I'm
correctly,
asking, when things are protected by religious sector, in the United States, we have freedom of religion here where you cannot come on certain property that's owned by, let's say, the Mormons in Colorado City, Utah. They have their own court system, they have their own police, they have their own doctors, and you, as a federal government agency, cannot step on their property because they are protected by their religion. Does that also apply to their funerals and
I don't think that
cremations?
was the case.
But it could be
But I
shrouded
know
in
that
secrecy because they can hide behind that.
Oh, I think
I
it's all a
remember
possibility.
Candace, I was about to call her Sarah. I remember Candace said that she gave Dawn's phone to one of the uppers. Um, so if one of the uppers owns the funeral home, then there's no doubt in my mind that she could have been there, that she could have been cremated.
That's what Sugar Pie says. Yes, they own the funeral home, the uppers do.
Then I absolutely do 100% believe that this could have happened if one of the uppers owns the funeral home, which isn't it David Dotson's family or something like that? And that's why I said that.
But
I thought it came
.com, it
out.
would not be an illegal cremation if they are protected by their religion.
I thought it came out clearly that it was explained that the uppers meant the private investigators. That came out somewhere at some point.
I
Her
don't know.
the people that work for
Oh,
her. That's what I remember hearing that because it was such a question for a while.
it's just funny how David Dodson was one of the first ones that she called and was there before the cops arrived and then took the boys golfing after summer
Exactly.
went
Why were
missing.
they so codependent on the church at that particular time?
Oh, I wanted to take hers off. Oh, yeah.
I assumed for the financial help and the food,
Hmm. But
because a lot of them do that,
that's
but I
what
don't
you
know.
think of right away. I mean, right away she took off down to the church. See, there's so much speculation. I don't see how this is ever going to go to trial. There's just way too much reasonable doubt. It's not slam dunk.
Well, that's because no one knows what happened to her, and no one knows where she is. And no, they can't lock her up because of that right now. However, they can get locked up for negligence. Their kids did get taken away and they have one missing. They absolutely can be in jail right now, but not for like murder or something.
Chris also went over the fact that what the kids have told on, you know what I mean? He took the time to mention that they've said things too, not that we don't know, like I've always brought
He
up,
did say that.
He kind of said that, yeah. Like,
Can you
kind of
say that louder?
It's just that I'm in
You know what I mean? I can't believe people still have doubt, and you just said that.
He didn't say what. He just said the kids have also
kids
given
have been
information.
singing like a
He
canary.
reminded them.
Good.
Yeah, he reminded people that they're in protective custody. He emphasized that twice, and also said that remember now the kids have also told investigators things. Basically, And if I'm quiet for a minute, it's because I'm in the line in the store.
I didn't know if she read the back chat or not. I didn't want to be like, Gypsy, read her chat.
Thank you for
It says
noticing.
she's in line at the store.
Okay, I see. I want to know so bad what happened to her, y'all.
They are innocent until proven guilty. However, there are case discussion channels on YouTube that go over speculation on what could have happened. We know they're innocent until proven guilty. However, we still talk about the cases.
Oh yeah, it's
Because we
sleuthing.
don't
That's what I
know.
do, is sleuthing. That's the whole point of it.
Well, Mom,
We're Scooby Doo and Scrappy too. I do too. Curious. I want to know what happened. I guess we'll probably never know what happened to Summer or JonBenet Ramsey. The two elusive cases. If the kids told things like that, they would have already been arrested. The kids are more than likely in protective custody because of how crazy this case blew up. It did, didn't it? He even at one point blamed YouTubers for her demise. Well, it's, he says that in that one, if it weren't for the YouTubers, they'd have kept her alive. I'm like, who's they? And what do you mean? What are you talking about? I've already played that though. I won't bore you.
wait, said that word demise?
No,
Oh.
I'll have to hunt it down.
All right, guys, I'm going to jump down and get ready to go to physical therapy. I'll be in the chat. But I just wanted to come up and say hello.
Hey, love you. Have a good day.
You too. I'll be in chat. Bye. Bye, Sarah.
Okay. I think Sarah is checking out at the grocery store. There's so many sound bites here and they all sound, I don't know.
The parents of the Hawkins County 6-year-old at the center of a 1.5-year-long Amber Alert are criticizing the Department of Children's Services for the handling of their case involving their older children. Don and Candace Wells' youngest child, Summer Wells, has been the subject of a statewide Amber Alert since June 15th of 2021. A little over a month after she was reported missing from her home in the Beach Creek community, Summer's 3 older brothers were placed into DCS custody. In a recent blog post on the family's website, findsummerwells.com, the Wells claim they have not been in contact with their children in protective custody. The post, in part, says, quote, "They tell us we can no longer see or call our boys. Our assigned lawyer does not return calls. The regional DCS person did not respond to our email. Yet there are no charges against us. Nothing," end quote. This comes almost 3 months after Don Wells was released from jail after pleading guilty to a DUI in October of 2021. The couple says they have kept up to date with recent issues with the department, including a scathing recent audit. We have reached out to DCS for comment. We have not yet heard back. The Amber Alert for Summer Wells remains active and ongoing tonight. If you have any information about where she could be, call TBI.
Did you hear that, Sarah? That's fresh. What was the date on that? I think it was day before yesterday. Could y'all hear that okay? Y'all tell me if you didn't hear it. It was the update on their CPS case. Could y'all hear that? Nobody's talking to me. Y'all tell me if y'all could hear that. That was the update on the CPS case. Yeah, that aired day before yesterday. Okay, good. Yeah, so he's telling the media that they still have not filed any charges against them. Why can't I see my kids? So, what do you think they're saying to him? What is their response? If they're not going to file charges, what is their recourse here? Sugar Pie says, I think that Candace wanted to get a lawyer to shut down rumors on YouTube is pointless, as it's never going to happen. It's basically going after people's First Amendment right, free speech. She can't shut down thoughts. Hell no, not in US of A. God bless it. You heard it. Okay, good. Yeah. Alicia, I didn't get anything from you, hun. Okay, Gator. Like I said, it took me 2 years to get my little one adopted. Wow. And voices because she doesn't like what people hear. My question is, why do they care what people on YouTube think? Exactly. Why aren't you using that as a means to find your little girl? I mean, rather than using it for karaoke night, you get a platform. Okay, I couldn't wait. I got on Facebook right away, and I wanted to holler from the loudest I could. As silly as it seems now in hindsight, I had to talk about my daughter and how upset I was about it, and how, damn it, something needs to be done about the opioid epidemic and the crime in that town where it happened. And I had to use a social media platform so that I got everybody, one, and two, so that I had somewhere to fucking vent, guys. And this is what she decides to do with her platform, y'all. Where's it at? Right here. Look, they say, here you go, Candace. We got you a platform.
Yeah.
That's what she does with it. That's what she decides to do with the platform. Okay, I'm gonna read these two here. It's interesting. Okay, Raisin Helen Cornbread says the charges are listed in the DCS paperwork until they go to court and file the charges to terminate rights. And then Couponing with Donna says, also, I don't think there's a gag order or Don would have been arrested already for it. DCS just don't want him out here going to the media and YouTube talking crap, in my opinion. Why don't they want him talking? Yeah, she was drunk or high. Yeah. Right. It just kills me that I mean I would have been like I'm doing now. I would have seized the opportunity to talk about my kid. I mean, hell, that's what I do here. Sugar Pie, Candace and Dawn have had PR after PR, and yet people still think they're guilty. Just imagine if they had no PR at all, just like normal people. .com says, Gypsy, I think no charges will be made until Dawn and Candace lose parental rights. Then the boys' evidence can be used against Dawn and Candace. That sounds right. Most of y'all know I have a foster baby now. Been working with DCS for a month now. I can tell you it will be super hard for Dawn to get the boys back if ever. Okay. A pipe dream. Once they take a child, they have a list of charges. They won't really press them again, the person, unless they have to fight them in court. DCS is not the best at following up on the things parents are out here doing. They are overworked, underpaid, and just don't want to try. Oh, you did? Okay. I'll give you another link. Okay, there you go. There's you another link. This case and this couple is cooking for Cocoa Puffs. Cuckoo. Cuckoo. That's the truth, man. That is a whole cuckoo clock. You were okay, or did you get shot with rubber bullets? Are you here? .com. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Kemper got her with the rubber bullets. How'd y'all like that? Let's see. Okay. Gypsy, I'm going to email you later about this case. If that's yes, absolutely. Sarah Dananja. Sarah is Nanja. They can't get her. Wax on, wax off. With Summer's case, my husband's over there looking at me like, what? With Summer's case, the public has done all the work for DCF. They probably have a mile-long risk of reasons, plus whatever boys, the staircase alone, the staircase and the mattress. That's enough. That's enough. And the trash can full of toilet paper. Oh, and the fact you're missing one. You're down a kid. You're missing one off your team. We cannot restore your, players' rights. You don't get to play until you find that other teammate. I mean, just common sense. Couponing with Donna. In the back of my mind, after seeing all the officers that's been arrested for trafficking and sex crimes on kids, I think she was one of the kids that was trafficked, and that's why LE hasn't arrested. I agree with you, Donna. And it's so prevalent in that area. And I'm thinking, one, because it is a tourist spot, and it's a main artery. Can I have something to drink, hon? Oh, wait. It's for chaotic. You can ring my bell, ring my bell, ring my bell. Oh, Sarah.
You ring.
Alert. You ring. Guys, what do you think of the news channel WFLA? Well, that would be Florida. That would be Alicia's area. I don't know. What's the deal with WFLA? That would be...
That's where that guy Josh, the reporter for the Big Minute.
Oh, I don't know. They might be a little bit on the rag mag side. You can ring my bell. Ring my bell. How do y'all like that? Donna, I think police may be involved. No. That was just the genie popped up. We don't need you. It was just false call. Donna, I think police may be involved too, just like with John Bonet's case. Yes, girl, there is something wrong with that case. And I do think that it might be tied to the pageants, like some pageant weirdo stalker dude. Agree. I read somewhere that there was an officer that hung out there on Bill Hint. Yeah, I did too. I read the same thing. Using that would be Jody Sue's Wi-Fi. I wish I could remember where I read that. Me too. Was it JLR? Sugar Pie, they have some good reporters and some dumb ones. I'm thinking they're leaning more toward a rag mag. I don't know. Studio don't work. What do you mean studio don't work? You want me to send you another link? You can kick the other me up there if you want. I don't think there is another one. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end it, Sarah, because I'm right at 3 hours, and I'm getting tired of sitting here in this all these lights, man. They make me sweaty. So if anybody else wants to pick up where I am, let's see, coupon with Donna. I think the police and DCS are really corrupt. They're in Hawkins County. Yeah, that's what that's some stuff that I'd like to talk about, y'all. Okay, here you go. Here, we'll try that again. There's you a new link. Okay, fresh one. This is something I would like to talk about. The corrupt friggin' police there, y'all. And, are they not going to remove Ronnie? And how can they not? I mean, that would be the first thing I would want getting out of jail is I want him removed. He's got a boy that might be, oh, it wasn't. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Yes. I recommend last night's The Lab too. I totally agree with you. Josh has great footage. Are you there?
I'm there.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Okay, good.
I'm trying to adjust
Yeah,
my
you were.
Bluetooth here.
You said I recommend last night's The Lab to everyone, and I agreed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, it got a little hectic for me. I don't know I've never had the problem where it must have been a bad link or expired or something. I don't know what happened. It just kept not letting me in the studio. It could have been my phone
Oh,
or a glitch, Wi-Fi, anything, you know. It's probably not on your end.
okay.
Well,
Well,
here I
no,
am.
I'm
Now I'm on
sorry.
my way to do another little errand and get my prints and go home, and then I can chill.
Where are
Um,
you always driving to, Sarah?
I had an appointment today. I had to go to my own physical therapy. Yeah, it feels a little hectic, you know. I only have a couple hours, you know, to do my errands.
Do you feel better after therapy?
No, it hurt like hell.
You do. I'm sorry. They give you something for it?
No, I smeared some Voltaren gel on it, but you know, I gotta get used to it. I just usually I've done physical therapy for other parts, just not my neck's real bad. So
I'm
it's
sorry. Do
an
you have like a
insurance thing.
hot tub?
Before you have any kind of surgery and stuff, insurance wise, you have to rule out. You have to do all this torture stuff. You know what I mean? That's how it works. So
I did my
it's all
husband
right.
that way.
It's the only way to do it. You have to rule everything out, or they won't pay for other things. So they put you through all that, the shots, everything. I've already been through it for years, off and on with different parts. So it's
This
like
may
I'm
sound
used to it.
stupid, but like we belong to the Y, but it's another county over and they have a hot tub. But I saw a friend of mine, he got his mother one and it's portable. You blow it
Yeah,
up and it was
I
like
wanted that.
$299 at Walmart. And it's a
Hmm.
fucking hot tub that could fit
Yeah,
literally on your back patio.
yeah.
And
I
I'm
call that the
thinking,
ghetto hot tub. I want one.
I don't care, but it's physical therapy. It feels
No
good. You
kidding.
know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because
Hmm.
when I'm hurting, all I want to do is get in hot water, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, that sounds great right now. I gotta admit.
I have arthritis and carpal tunnel, and sometimes I just want heat all over me, you know?
Well, I got a large heating pad for my bed, and I use it every single night.
I do too.
Every
I
single
sleep
night,
on
all
it.
year round, summertime even too, and I just cranked the AC. I got my heated seat on now.
Sugar Pie says she gets a weird vibe from WFLA, among other
What's
things, but to clear,
WFLA?
that would be the guy who covered the Petito case.
Oh, JC?
Uh-huh.
SJC, is that his name? I
Yes,
like
and
him.
somewhat premature. I've not done a deep dive on them yet. Let's see. She
I
says,
like their
I'm getting out
coverage.
the tub, but I agree with Sarah. PT hurts. Oh,
Well, you know, they yank on your stuff and pull and push, and you know that's how you got to do it. It's all right.
Stone
That's
Gator
why I'm
says
in
his
my
name is
car.
JD. His name's JD. I'm
JD, I'm
sorry.
like JC, J something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like they're the ones who got me sucked into all this crime stuff. I never watched this stuff. I never cared about this kind of thing.
Hmm.
Oh
There's
man, see, I got a little problem here. Shoot, did I lose you? Dang it, I lost you.
I'm wondering how can in the Watts case, when he spoke in second and third person, they considered that a confession, but when Don did it, it wasn't.
I got a
He
problem
said
here.
he goes like maybe Shanann smothered them, and they were like, "So you smothered them?" You know what? Oh, wait, she dropped off. Oh well, and it was like they were. Well, maybe this happened, and it was like when they don't want to say it first person, they'll say it second or third person. I guess it's on each individual case and each individual detective and circumstances, but it just seemed like how was that suffice in that case, but not in this one? when in my opinion, he's saying things in second and third person. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's one of the things that worry me about them. My sister bought one of those after her good one went bad, and she looked. I know they just blow it up. I want to get one. I mean, in the wintertime or even in the summer, if I get a chill, it just makes me hurt so bad all over. Well, it looks like Sarah's having some um, busy time come up on her for her to take care of family responsibilities, and I'm right at 3 hours, so I'm going to go ahead and take a break and get up and let somebody else come on live. And I appreciate you all coming and hanging out with me. And good luck, Stone Gator, today. I hope that you don't hurt too bad after your physical therapy. Sugar Pie, Google Hawkins County, Tennessee officer charged with trafficking. I think that's what I typed. See that, Sugar Pie? That is a shady state. That is a shady state. And in the deep south, I'm ashamed. You'd think that we had moved. Thanks, Daisy Joe. You would think that we had progressed. Okay, Sugar Pie got it. Okay, well, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end it. I love you guys, and hopefully I'll see y'all later in the YouTube streets. Let's see here. Where's my thingamabob? Let's see. We'll do...